Welcome, everyone. This is the Ends Justify the Memes, the show where the lowest of the low, that is the most wretched of wretched and deplorable to end all deplorables, two white heterosexual Christian males from the American South who talk about culture, philosophy, history, fitness, and what it means to be a man in the 21st century. And today we have our friend Don the Pleb. So
I has friends.
Yeah. I'll be your host, Bill, and over here's my co-host, Tank. So, guys, crack open a beer and lend us your ear because the ends always justify the memes. So, as rough as that was, I don't see anything on YouTube. And
so it is not the original stream link that you sent me.
No, it's not. It will be a new stream link. Let me see if I can find it. Hold on. I'll give it to you. Yeah, I don't know what's going on. It's showing that we're live, so I guess we're going to roll
send it
with
in the
it.
private chat there, Tank, and we'll figure it out. We'll get people moved over.
There we go. Oh, okay. Looks like some people's coming in now.
There we go.
Yeah. Okay. So here was the problem. You had two stream links going.
What the F? How's that possible?
All right, so let's go in the chat real quick, guys.
Let's do all the technical work. That's the good stuff. That, by the way, this is the best content on the internet for those of you who have never produced a stream of any variety. If you were doing live tech support, editing, or any other thing that you think we should be doing off air, this is as good as it gets.
Yeah, it looks like we're here now. So,
well, there's still 17 waiting on the other stream and only 5 watching on the one.
Well, that's woo. That's what we get paid the big bucks for.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I guess you didn't delete the other stream, Tank?
I don't know. I thought I did.
What do I pay you nothing for?
God.
Well, at least one person's in the chat saying they see and hear us. And everyone else isn't getting that.
Well,
hold on.
quality content. Okay,
yeah,
here we
this
go.
is totally.
Like I said, I'm telling you, this is the best content on the internet.
Oh man. 22 waiting over in the other chat. So here's what we got to do, or what I need to do. Tank, you can do this. Is we need to delete that other one.
Okay. I'll pop on that.
I was about to say I can switch accounts real quick, but yeah, I prefer if you do it. The one that's not live. Everyone will figure it out. All right, Don. So how's your day going, man?
Well, better than yours, I think.
Yeah, well, this is what happens when we haven't been on the show in a while.
Yeah, see, you take just one day off, one usual streaming day. You get back and you're like, oh my God, how do I do this?
We took 2 weeks and gained like 20 subs, which is pretty good for a channel that only has like 123 subs. Of course, we probably just lost like 50 subs. Or no, we're at 136 today. Must have been some of your people.
Could be. I did indeed, outside of paid chat things this morning, pimp you at some point later in the day. So hopefully people, pay some attention. We'll see how that goes.
Yeah, well, I did pay you $5 to shamelessly plug me.
Indeed. It is by far in the world of this is how circular the plugging goes, right? And fully expect this later. the Teabag Who Laughs makes true crime content that's like really good. And for like a couple of months, just every 2 or 3 shows, he was like, Don, shill the channel. Do it. In super chat. So
I do it. I go on people's shows and shill my own show. I mean, I would expect no less from any guest that I have or anyone in my chat who has a channel. Tank, you got that squared away yet, man? Or
no, it's when I go into the YouTube, whatever it's called, studio. Yeah, it's not showing the other video. It's only showing the one we're
people
live on
either
now.
figure it out, or oh well, they'll watch it later. I don't know what to say. Guys, we're not super tech experts, and so this is what you get. And I outsource this, so this is what I get. Allowing Tank to produce the show. Anyways, man, do you think we can get some memes going? Can we get some memecast news?
We can do that. Here we go.
All right, get that screen share. Well, here I was all enthusiastic about the show tonight, but you know what? Tim Pool, who has over 1 million subs, had a late start last night, and James O'Keefe showed up late. So, we're not the only ones, and he's got a big old $1 million home and all kinds of equipment, and we're running this off a laptop and my desktop, and so
I know this feeling, right?
Yeah.
So somehow the standard is higher for us that have nothing due to the whole crew.
I don't make any money doing this either, man. It's for the joy. It's for the joy.
I have great news. They basically just cut all of mine, so like I'm basically in the same boat as you.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I got monetized last week, something like that.
Right. Let's I don't have the screen share up, Tank. We're going on with this tech thing, so bring that up real quick. Play that meme cast. This is the best show, literally the best show ever. This is what happens when you take 2 weeks off, folks. Oh, start shooting guns, thinking about what's awesome in the world, and then this get too complacent. So state COVID performance with old Cuomo there. Woohoo! Number 50. And of course, with that, we know
I don't know. Is he behind Puerto Rico? Can we give him 51?
Oh, yeah, that might be the case. Puerto Rico's a nice place if you're rich.
So is LA,
right? Well, I don't know. I don't think Puerto Rico has as much crime as LA, but
yeah, as I say, there's a very different level of rich that you need to be in LA than Puerto Rico, like multiple millions of dollars. That way you can pay people to stop the hobos from stabbing you or peeing on you.
Guys, just so you know, boomerism is contagious via Dawn, which is why
Indeed. This is entirely my fault.
Dude, it was a cluster the first time you came on, and it was Tank was getting in late, and I think I didn't have my memes up right and whatever else, and
that's the stuff. My chat is on your side of this argument. They have outright, Dawn is here, therefore there is boomerism. It's not your fault, guys. Don't worry.
I need to get you and Sargon on at the same time and hope that the world does not explode.
Hey, look, my channel survived it.
Right.
The boomer singularity.
Twice, right? Or have you had him on more than that?
3 times.
3 times,
and
okay.
The first one actually opens with us being a bunch of boomer discussion. So,
well, actually, I remember the one time he was supposed to show up, and he didn't show up at all because I guess he got drunk.
He did.
Yeah.
The fucking Brits. An American would get drunk and still come on.
Yeah, because I was like, oh, Sweet's got Sweet. Don's got Sargon on. I was like, sweet, man, awesome. Okay, I'll check this out. And he's like, all right. He didn't show up. What's going on? All right, guys, let's do the memes because we'll be here forever. It says New York Cuomo receives anyway. Yeah, Cuomo receives international Emmy for virus briefing. Cuomo aide admits the nursing home data so feds wouldn't find out, or hid the nursing home data so feds wouldn't find out. And it's like, duh, we already knew this. I don't know why this is news or shocking or anything to anybody, right?
Welcome to the story of news lately, man. I swear to God, I get up every morning and I go through all the stuff I have set aside, and people are writing this stuff, and they're like, "Oh my God, can you believe this happened?" I'm like, "Yes." 8 months ago when it happened, I was surprised, but not now.
Yeah, man. And you were talking about this on your show this morning, and yeah, my wife said something to me today about something that happened. Or her boss told her something, and I was like, "Yeah, par for the course. Same old, same old. What are you talking about? Like, why do I care? It's like they've been doing this for years." Anyways, but it does go to show you how blind so many people are about what goes on. So here we have G Prime 85, the new woker. That's supposed to be old Cuomo there.
Oh my God.
I mean, that would have been more courteous than what he actually did. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah. Of course, I've had a meme similar to this before. Who killed more New Yorkers, Bin Laden or Cuomo?
That's spicy.
That's technically correct.
It's been true for a long time now, too. It's not like, this is a recent development. It was basically as soon as we found out he was killing New Yorkers, they were like, so 9/11.
I guess that is like the standard bar to judge it by.
Well, unless you're going to judge about the quickness, like how many people you killed in a moment, right?
Right.
Here we have freedom, you, and the government. From the old Gillette commercial. They changed their tune really quick, didn't they?
I see the government is now black.
Yes.
Oh, wow.
You didn't know that? The future are minorities.
Yes. Which will be difficult when they're the majority.
It says, help at last. House relief bill will provide free going out of business signs, small business owners. To be fair, this was still during the Trump administration, but this had to do with, Congress and them, having their heads up their butt the whole time. But yeah. And so Biden keeps catching wind of this. Where's my $2,000?
Oh man. Have you seen Biden voters posting their L's online on Twitter?
No, I don't really Twitter much.
So
I have a Twitter. I don't really use it.
Twitter is 99% garbage.
Right.
However, Biden voters posting their L's online is amazing. There's a boatload of people who are like, you said you were going to get us checks on the first day, and you didn't say anything about $1,400. You said $2,000. I really appreciate everything you're doing, but even Trump would have given me more money than this.
Well, that's the other thing with coming back is I really had to whittle down the memes because I have 2 weeks.
2 weeks. 2 weeks of memes.
And I wasn't following the news cycle a lot. I was training for like 12 hours, freaking 3 days. Well, I wasn't training the whole time, but was busy for 12 hours out in the woods, doing fun stuff, doing man stuff.
I'll trade you.
I sent you the link, Don. I sent you the link. You'll have to come next year.
I might.
Yeah, I you should, brother. It was a really good experience. I'm going to talk about it some on the show here. It says, Beijing Biden withdraws U.S. policy to track Chinese influence in American schools.
Well, I'm shocked.
Yeah, right. Colored me surprised.
Did you catch the video of him being like, well, genociding the Uyghur Muslims is just like a cultural difference, bro.
I did. Yes. Concentration camps, re-education camps, sterilizations, organ harvesting. Yeah. That is all just a cultural difference.
And you're just a bigot if you have a problem with that. Which, at this point, I gotta wonder, when do we get the crazy, like, when do we start just eating our political opposition? And that's fine because it's just a cultural difference,
Oh, well, they eat themselves as they eat the other party. So, I mean, I think this. What you see is you see all the anti-leftists get disseminated while those who aren't pro-leftist, but they're willing to sneak over to that side.
Yeah.
See them survive. It's pretty gross. But then they come for everyone.
Well, it's better than if they come on everyone. That's all I'm saying.
Holy God.
Due to ongoing trade tensions, China announces they will no longer be buying U.S. politicians.
Aww. What's that chick's name? The spy that
Fang Fang.
swallows
Fang
Fang. Oh,
Yeah.
Fang Fang.
Fang Fang with the bang bang.
That's terrible. She's out of a job. See, that is yet another job that Biden has killed.
I know. Women empowerment too. I mean, crushing those women. Florida Governor Ron DeSantis on the phone with Joe Biden, February 2021. First, take a big step back and literally F your own face.
Oh
I can believe that is true as written.
I'm going to forewarn you all. There is another Tom Cruise meme in today's Memecast news. And once you see it, you will never go back. That's all I'm saying.
Never go back to Florida? I love Florida.
No.
I might move to Florida. Shit.
Florida was pretty cool while we were there, except for the 80-degree weather and 90% humidity.
Yeah.
And we left right after, we had a foot of snow, and we came back at the literally, like, I was right at the border of West Virginia, coming through Virginia, and like it started snowing, and we knew there was snow, and then it got bad like 10 miles before we got to our house. So that was cool. It was good, but yeah.
Every time I go to Florida, I feel like I'm going to a different country in like a good way. Like, I love it. We had a 12-hour layover in Fort Lauderdale before we flew out to Nicaragua, and I felt more at home in Nicaragua. Like, this makes more sense than Fort Lauderdale. It's a fucking Wild West.
So one of the ladies there was a canine bomb detector trainer. She's got a bunch of dogs. Apparently, one of their dogs at one point was eaten by a gator on the property. So I'm just saying there are trade-offs.
Yeah, but just imagine how many sets of gator skin boots you could make simply defending your dog.
Well, I mean, you may have a valid point there, Don. I don't know.
Also, have you ever eaten gator?
I have years ago. I have family in Florida though, so I'm very used to the state. Aside from my wife's grandfather, who we were trying to move as well, that was a failure of a mission, but not our fault. That's another story we might get to. But I visited my aunt while there. But yeah, I spent many summers as a young kid in Florida.
A guy in Jacksonville actually tried to sell me a bag of gator meat when I was down there, but I'm pretty sure it's just myth.
Well, yeah, probably. I mean,
it's tasty fried.
I don't know if it matters what Jacksonville you're talking about there either.
Any city named Jacksonville?
Oh yeah, yeah. Oh man, I've been to two, and it's not good. That's all I'm saying.
Says when you keep unlocking new skins for the same character.
Oh,
yeah. I didn't really like Trump being in this. I don't think Trump's part of that.
They're throwing my boy Trump in there. That's
yeah,
not right.
I mean, I'm not gonna kiss his butt or nothing. Like, he ain't perfect, but I don't think he's one of those folks. The reptilians.
You know where you get this from is you get this from like the ANCAP portion of the world. Who are like, all politicians are exactly the same, and I'm like, so if you became a politician tomorrow, you're what? You're a communist now? Like, what are the rules here?
Yeah, that was one thing with my wife's work, where she's had a lot of connections in libertarian circles in the past, and all the anti-Trump people, and I'm like, dude, I come from that like line. I mean, like, I don't want to say way back, because modern conservative libertarianism's not that old, really, but
not all that way back.
Yeah, but I'm talking about like Ron Paul 2000 days. Like, I was part of Campaign for Liberty and stuff like that, part of the local leadership, so I understand it. Read a lot of the economics, get a lot of the things, but it's like, can you just take a win? Can you just take somebody who's going to do something and crush the establishment a little bit and just take the win?
No.
Instead of having the perfect, absolutely, to a T candidate that you need to have every little issue that you constantly argue with everyone else on all the time. Like, we're not going to agree on everything, but one thing we all agree with, is freaking commies suck, right?
You would think, but apparently no.
The government sucks, commies sucks, authoritarians suck. Can we agree with that? Start there.
I got like a whole month of streams on this where I'm like,
right.
Look, Trump's done a bunch of stuff that I thought was complete crap. My favorite citation, of course, being the bump stock ban, where like I was railing on that guy for like a couple of weeks. It's not just bad in what it is; it sets a terrible precedent. This could be a real problem. On the other hand, it was 4 years of not the worst things in the world.
It's threat assessment, man. These people don't know how to assess a threat appropriately. And Donald Trump was not a threat to anyone's liberty, really. Well, not compared to the establishment.
Compared to the rest of that meme, I mean, no.
Well, the thing about commies, though, that's kind of made me reconsider some of my stances is if the commies take over, do we all get a thing?
So I know that the commies are notorious for selling you on these great benefits that they're going to give you. But if Soviet Russia has taught me anything, your Fang will be a fat black man named Robert for no particularly good reason.
I will say Eastern European women are quite lovely.
I kind of built myself as not being very picky, but I think that's where we'll draw the line.
Black man named Robert.
Yeah,
that's it. I mean, if his name was Mike, it would be okay.
How about I'll get you a Thai lady boy? Will that work?
Oh, what the hell? I guess so.
All right. The lady boys, you wouldn't know sometimes. They look pretty nice.
Now I feel like we're about to get a different kind of story.
I've never been to Thailand, Don.
Yeah,
sure. Now we're backing away.
But I do have friends. Anyways, last one.
Moving along quickly.
Yeah. I'm gonna tell my kids this was one of the most bloodthirsty terrorist groups ever in the world.
I mean,
it's just good parenting, man. It's just good parenting. Like, we don't have enough good parenting in the world today.
No, we have no good parenting in the world today. And as a parent, I'm pretty sure I just talk shit about myself.
Hold on, let me get this screen share back up because apparently,
oh my god,
I know tonight's a boomer night, man.
My name is Don the Pleb, and I'm here to provide my boomerism to you. Well,
we appreciate it, Don. It's not like we're boomerish enough. I'm on the precipice of turning 40. You have no idea. It's so stressful. Dude, I've had the best birthday I've ever had in my life. It's been great. In my past life, I actually usually had pretty crap birthdays, and I don't mean because people didn't do things for me. I don't usually care about them, but actually, it's been really good. It's been really great. 2021. Go figure. Anyways.
Indeed.
So this is from January 21st, 2021. This is the Weather Channel's predictions. February is expected to be warmer than average across much of the U.S., and that trend may continue into early spring.
Holy shit. We're going to die in March.
Right. And this is the, meteorologists call this weather pattern 7-Eleven micro burrito. Microwave burritos. Everyone knows that, right?
Oh man. Or Hot Pockets, or literally anything you put in a
That's why you use the oven, folks. Teach your kids to use the oven. I'm going to give you all kinds of dad advice.
I will say I have a subscriber that informs me that the best method of reheating most stuff is to, or heating any of these things, is to throw a little bit of butter in the bottom of a pan and then cook them as though they were like a chicken breast.
Can confirm. Absolutely.
I would agree that the oven, I know how to use the microwave strategically, but you must mess with the power settings and the timing. You cannot cook it all in 5 minutes. When I first met my wife, she would come over and like put something in the microwave and she'd be like 3 minutes, boop, 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 boop. And I'm like, what are you doing? You trying to eat rubber?
Yeah. Anytime I like have to reheat noodles or spaghetti or something, I take like 2 sticks of butter and put it in the bottom of the pan and get it nice and melted, and I throw all that shit on top of it.
See, that's it. That is exactly the plan. Though, in the world of microwave things and myth and legend, I am told, though I have never experienced this, that my mother makes a leg of lamb in the microwave. That is amazing.
Okay.
Yeah. And I was like, that's not real. You're screwing with me.
Red meat is not something to be done in the microwave almost under any condition. So that's some magic is all I'm saying.
Yeah, that's what I said. But apparently there's some sort of formula. You turn it around, you flip it every couple of minutes. Because, if you get a leg of lamb, it's like the size of your microwave. So you put it in there diagonal and you take it out, flip it around, all kinds of stuff. And you baste it, apparently. And I was like, why don't you just use an oven?
So if you guys didn't know, this cold weather is due to global warming, right? Or sorry, climate change. Climate change. I forgot. They changed the name.
Global warming cooled down recently.
Yeah. Still don't believe in climate change? Look at this photograph. You deniers out there, I swear.
I feel like this
Shall
was
be rounded up,
unironically made by somebody.
What?
I feel like this was unironically made by somebody.
Yeah, right. You'll be ruining my childhood.
Oh my God, I love that. How dare you thing from her. I love it so much.
Let's see. Me having baby sex feel good. Having a family is a terrible idea, especially in this economy and society. And here I am. Behold, children are the heritage from the Lord, the fruit of the womb and reward, like arrows in the hand of a warrior, and are the children of one's youth. Blessed is the man who fills his quiver with them. He shall not be put to shame. He shall speak with his enemies in the gates. I like it.
I feel like the right-hand side of that is my chat most of the time.
This is also, I feel like this should be said as Bat Dad. I just really feel this. It says, honey, please wake up our son. Hold on. The government is outdated structure, built on coercion, theft, and violence. It will never be fixed by voting in the right people. Not ever. I'm Bat Dad. I feel like that's the appropriate way to teach your children.
So, in relation to prior meme, that's why I have 7 get some clips. Thank you, chat.
And of course, if that never works out for me, I'll still be sending lit memes after the society has collapsed.
Oh man, there we go. That's what we need,
right? Hey man, there's some pretty high impact flicks. He's always showing off some sort of little sun charger thing. I think I need to invest in one.
Dear Pleb Ranch guys, this is what we need to be aiming for.
So here we have Anthony Fauci. I have been wrong about everything, every single thing I've said on COVID-19. Changed my mind.
Well, yeah, but he's also been right.
Yeah.
It literally depends on the day or hour or 15-minute segment that he's talking on.
Here we have me. If it's needed, we can handle an 8 weeks of quarantine. The government. 8?
Oh, well, back to the Fauci.
I was initially when it happened, I was skeptical. I was more worried about people, but the only thing is, like, I was like, yeah, legitimately, I can understand. Okay, let's back off, close things down for a month, maybe. You know, get our heads around it.
See, this is
within
this is
3-4 weeks, we had our heads around it, man. It's silly that we act like we have no clue what this thing is now.
This is how I know I'm the meanest person on earth. Because back in January, when everybody was crapping their pants about this thing, I was like, it's like swine flu. Shut up and get over it.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I wasn't like, again, I wasn't that concerned because I was watching early reports too. But it was just like, okay, well, if this is bad, we don't really know. We're not getting a lot of information, like, because, the Chinese and their transparency is amazing, of course.
Oh, yeah.
Um,
I like how their deaths and cases went up and then literally went to zero.
How
That's the
dare
sign
you?
of transparency that we need in this world.
Are you questioning Xi Jinping?
I will just
would
point,
never talk shit about Winnie the Pooh.
I would point to my own channel. If those of you did not know, I myself, Bill, have a channel I do by myself called All Minus One. It's kind of there in my little name tag there. In any case, you might have to type in channel on YouTube. I'm only saying that because the ends justify the memes is outpacing my own growth, and that's just it's never done that before. They're both my shows, or both my channels, whatever. But I'm just saying.
Yeah, Tank, suck it.
Yeah, Tank.
Sorry for being awesome.
Not today, my friend. Not today. No joke. Before you came in, privately, he was like, "Oh, I kind of messed up. I had like 2 streams up," and I was like, "Oh, not a big deal." Not realizing he didn't delete the other one, or what?
That might not actually be his fault. So for the people who don't do YouTube live streaming things, and by the way, I know behind the scenes YouTube talk is everybody's favorite content. It's almost as good as boomerism and live editing and that sort of thing. But about half the time when you delete a stream on YouTube, it takes like 40 minutes for no reason.
Yeah.
Yeah. Bill.
Yeah.
You fuck.
Why didn't you know that?
Because
don't get me wrong, I know you have an actual job, unlike me. So we'll keep it at that. And I'll see you in the dojo.
Cobra Kai.
Right. So I recently started watching that, and I don't. Again, with why I am a mean human being is I made it like 2 episodes before I was like, oh man, the show is also full of commies. Hooray! Also, I'm convinced that LaRusso is the bad guy of that show, regardless of what the music tells me.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
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 I like Cobra Kai. It's not. I don't know. It's an interesting play as far as regular media goes with the wokeness, because it makes fun of it, but it also is woke at the same time.
In it, yeah.
Yeah, it is. It totally is. But I always thought Johnny was the hero. I'll take that Barney Stinson stance there.
Exactly.
Yes. All right. So here, what's her face, who I want to get on the show, by the way, does excellent content. Actually used her content in one of my videos over on All Minus One, where she did this whole thing about face masks and virtue signaling. And she kind of blew up this past year.
Simping is real.
Yeah. Well, there's that too. There's that too, brother. But no, I think when I called her video, she had like, 1,000 subs or something, and now she's like 20,000 or more. So I don't know. Anyways, it says when will life return to normal? In 7 years at today's vaccine rates. And this was from an article. She's Canadian though, so maybe that's how the Canadians do math. I don't know.
Well, I mean, 7 years seems a lot shorter than what they're actually going for, which is literally never. So
yeah.
I mean, 7 years sounds good.
And speaking of the coof, the world's second oldest person, 116, survives. Didn't even realize I had it.
So, God damn it.
Womp womp.
If you're 85 and older, you're nearly guaranteed to die. I'm the second oldest person on Earth, and I thought I had the sniffles. Leave me alone.
Tank, can I disclose your vaccination status?
Yeah, that's fine.
All right. Tank wussed out and got the vaccine.
Oh my God. Are you?
No, I'm not going to shame him, Don. I'm not going to shame him. It was a personal choice, and he's not worried about it. He's an educated man.
Him mercilessly.
It was free because of my job, and ever since I've got the vaccine, I really feel like that Kamala Harris is going to be a good president.
So this is my plan. I don't know if Tank is just saying this because we're on air and he's worried that his real day job will find out. But my plan is when they tell me I got to take the vaccine to receive my $1,400 check, I mean, if potheads could come up with fake wieners to pee, I'm sure we could figure this much out.
Yeah, I feel like we got this. I wonder if you could go in with just a literal prosthetic arm and be like, here.
You never know.
The old 90s plastic prosthetic arm.
Right.
I will tell you this for anyone who's actually curious about it. So I've been trying to get this disease for like 9 months. I haven't washed my hands since July. Like I just don't give a shit. I don't know if I told this story, but I was.
Have you played Hawk 2 recently?
Hell yeah. The day it got announced as a pandemic back in March was the day I left to go to Nicaragua, and so I spent 10 days in Nicaragua, and I went through all these airports, like 3 different airports. One of them was international, and I was like, surely to God I have this disease. I never got it. I got the vaccine, and it kind of made me sick. So I'm like, what the fuck was the point of this? Like,
see, this has been my complaint about the vaccine.
RNA.
This has been my complaint about the vaccine the entire time. Is I have something like a 99.999997% chance of surviving cooties, presuming I get it, which I probably had it, but cannot confirm because I have no freaking idea. However, the chances of getting side effects from the vaccine are much greater than that.
Yeah, and also the way they've treated this whole thing, like, I'm a relatively smart guy. I'm not the smartest guy, ever or anything like that, but I'm smart enough to know they've treated this thing retardedly. In fact, I have some memes coming up to talk about the retardedness of how they're treating this thing. And the bottom line is why would I trust them with a vaccine when I don't trust them with the way they handled any of this? That's just it for me. I mean, and look, I don't think I'm going to need it. I'm, rather young and virile still.
At 40.
Yes. Not yet, Dawn. Not until midnight. Not until midnight. It will be
Moments
my birthday tomorrow, folks. Just to accelerate my doxing that will eventually happen. I don't really care about that. I live in West Virginia. Everyone's got guns. It's awesome. Anyways,
that's what I said, right? Antifa doxed me, and I was like, "Bitch, check my local self-defense laws before you come to my house."
1/2 of all citizens in West Virginia own guns, meaning statistically, my neighbor to the left might not have it, but the one to the right probably does. So, or across the street at least.
Well, there is a reality here that all of those surveys and things are surveys. And so somebody has to be willing to go, why, yes, I own firearms, which, look, I'm going boating tomorrow, which is not relevant for any particular reason. That's all I'm saying. I own no firearms and never will. Okay.
Hey, first rule about Bill's guns, we don't talk about Bill's guns. Second rule about Bill's guns, we don't talk about Bill's guns. Third rule about Bill's guns, well, we're not going to get into it, but I'm just saying. Anyway, so we have, why isn't COVID affecting you people? We don't have TV.
Yeah, legit.
This is the life I'm going toward, guys. So then this one's been going around big time, right? Everywhere. It says, wow, that's crazy. Bro, conspiracy theories have rotten your brain.
I mean, it's literally where we are.
Yeah. How about this? Believe in something. Even if it's wrong and makes you stupid, just obey.
I mean, isn't that where we're at as well?
It's all corporate, dude. It's all corporate. I mean, it's that corporate fascism, fascisto, communist, left-wing, authoritarian stuff, whatever the hell it is.
Well, I mean, how dare you? That's all I'm saying.
I know. How dare you? So level 1, you're a retard. Level 2, you're unbelievably retarded. Level 3, never go full retard.
Yeah, there it is.
Never go full retard. Oh, poor simple Jack. All right, let's see. Corporations are destroying our country, yet you trust the corporate media and corporate medicine? Yeah, NPCs can't handle that.
This is my favorite, right? Because the same people who've been coming to me for years going, the medical establishment is really terrible. Like, they're just the worst thing in the world. They're literally killing everyone, are now coming to me and going, you need to trust the science of big corporate medical stuff.
Right. It's the corporations, Todd. The corporations, they're the worst. Blah, blah. We can't trust corporations. Give me my medicine.
Yeah, right. And I feel like, because I have railed against this corporations are bad nonsense for about my entire life. Like, corporations are not inherently bad. Yes, I get it, blah, blah, blah. Not really worth going into the full speech. But everybody in the world who has come to me and been like, corporations are the worst thing in the world, have now come to me and told me to trust them. And I'm like, bitch, for the first time, we agree. 20 years of you yelling at me about how corporations are bad.
I don't think corporations are bad per se. It's the marriage of the corporation and the state. Much like if we marry the church and the state, or the media and the state, or anything with the state other than the pursuit of liberty. That is the only necessary reason to have a state. And I'm a minarchist in believing in that night watchman, that only the state exists to protect its citizens. Everything else is nonsense. And not to protect you from yourself, mind you, but just your rights and liberties. Because, hey, guys, if I want to hurt myself, you know what? I have a God-given right to. So here we have search continues for the 2 missing viruses that have suddenly disappeared after 100 years of update at 11. Missing. Have you seen the cold and the flu?
Yeah. I have great news. We cured influenza this year.
One thing is, I mean, I have been back for a week now. Well, a week today, because we got back late Wednesday night last week. But, needed to settle 15 hours on the road, that kind of stuff. Spent a lot of time on the road.
Yeah.
But yeah, I haven't gotten into the numbers recently. I like to check every now and again the influenza numbers, because they're not normal, guys. They're not normal.
It was like 3,500 or something like that. I think the last time I saw someone post one was it's like 3,500 people died of influenza. And I'm like, normally 200 grand die of influenza. What the hell?
Right. All right, last one in this batch. It says ID requirements are changing. This is about the real ID. You will be required by October 1st, 2021, to have a real ID. They've been trying to pass this for a very long time. Now, my state does it, basically rolls you in automatically, so I will have one. This isn't me cucking to the man or anything like that. It's just like, why not? But I can tell you this, I won't be flying.
Yeah.
Again, I just did a firearms training. I went through all, good red states, but you still have that thing in the back of your mind, man, I'm driving around with guns. Just takes one idiot leftist type cop. And
right.
Of course, you're not going to search me either unless you have probable cause. And I used to work in law enforcement, so I kind of know some of the rules, and you're not going to mess with me, generally speaking, but I'm not everybody else either, and for everybody else, like, even for me, it's like concerning. It's the thing. And this is just more of the great reset happening as far as I'm concerned.
Oh, it really is. And in the world of how creepy that is, where the first real ID law came from, right?
Well, you tell me, because I don't know what you're getting at, but go for it.
Bush passed real ID.
I thought you said real ideologue. Ideologue. I didn't hear you say, yeah.
No, real ID. The first one is Bush passed it, which, by the way, makes basically everything Alex Jones has ever said correct, I think, by default.
I'll eat your ass.
No, I mean, dude, back in those days, though, like Lou Dobbs was covering like the Amero and the NAFTA superhighway. That wasn't. Jones is an entertainer, and he does say stupid stuff, and he gives you too much, and he is hyperbolic. Like, I'm here to warn you, but I say it all the time in my content. I'm not trying to be hyperbolic. I just want you to be aware, which is why I don't go on full bombastic Jones. This show specifically, it's meant to have levity, right? We're trying to have a good time.
Oh man, I thought this was a really serious show. What am I doing here?
It does get serious though, Don. We've had times where Tank and I are just like, we go from this to being like 100% like solemn and just like
most shows I cry on air.
Yes.
See, and if you haven't subscribed, look what you're missing.
Oh, well, hold on here. I didn't mean to bring that one back up. Let's do this. Here we go. I got a ton of memes. The fact that we late started, whatever. You tell me if you've had enough memes, Don.
Carry on.
All right. Thank you, sir. May I have another?
Oh my God.
Oh
my God. We took a break for 2 weeks. Everything's fucking faggy.
No, I hung out with a bunch of Navy SEALs and a Marine vet and some Canadian med tech guy, and it happens. Like you get around people and who were in the military, and all you civvies, you don't know the struggle.
Oh my God.
You don't know that it's not gay if you have boot bands on.
That's right.
Hey. So that kind of little segue to just to talk shit in the chat real quick. Joshua Ham.
By the way, I'm not following any chat, guys. So if you're asking anything of me,
says that
until the Memecast news is over, I will not be looking at chat.
He wants to know if I think that schmegma is a good prophylactic against STDs. And no, sir, I don't believe that. The best prophylactic,
he knows it outright.
The best prophylactic against STDs is to just go ahead and get the STD because you can't catch it twice.
Oh, checkmate, Hiv.
Yeah.
All right.
I've got the dick warts to prove it.
And
this show is fucking terrible. We never should have done this.
Everything was a mistake.
we should just ended the stream when we fucked it up like in the first 3 minutes and have been done with it.
You know what, man? Dude, I'm a trooper. That's the thing. It's improvise, overcome, and adapt. You just got to keep pushing on. Keep on keeping on. Do what you do, man. Where this guy Harris, this black guy, he just tell you
what you
do, man. Just do what you do.
What you really need to do is listen to Craig and get Tank into Carlton's corner on the Discord. That's all I'm saying.
Oh.
I don't know what this is.
I love the evolution of where we came from. We were talking about it before the stream because the tech was even worse.
This is great compared to what we had when we started.
Oh yeah. Not just the tech, but just everything. And we've been at this 6 months now or something. So we're working. We're gonna have some big people on here soon. Big people.
All of the people.
I spent a whole $14 on this manatee backdrop for the stream.
Holy shit! Big money, fat pockets over there.
Hell yeah!
All right, man. Let's not break the fourth wall anymore. Okay, let's bring it back in. Bring it back in. All right. This is Russians interfering in U.S. election by posting misinformation on Facebook. A well-funded cabal of powerful people raging across industries and ideologies working together behind the scenes to influence perceptions, change rules and laws, steer media coverage, and control the flow of information to fortify the election. Yeah.
I feel fortified.
I'll tell you what, man. I feel like this is old news. This is like last week news.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, again, like, oh, does this surprise you? Like, I get it, normies. There are normies out there. I get it. I get that there are boomers out there who are stuck on the MSNs and the Fox News. I get it. Like, I'm not trying to be condescending, but guys, you got to wake up. You got to look. You got to read more. You got to try to understand more.
That sounds like work. I have things to do that are not that, like, bingo.
Yeah. Rigging the election, fortifying the election. I don't know why they use Xi Jinping. I can't figure that out.
They're discussing Chinese influence.
Thanks, Don. That worked. That helped me out. Yeah. There's no evidence of widespread election fraud. Time magazine.
I
Pretty
mean,
much.
you know,
Pretty much. You guys should know this, by the way. I hope this isn't anyone watching. I know it's mostly Don's audience anyways. I hope this isn't breaking news to you. Because I'm like, I gotta memes, I gotta cover. We were gone for 2 weeks.
all of the memes, damn it.
Yeah, dude, I had like hundreds. You have no idea the mining that I do. They have no chill with their subconscious subliminal propaganda that they peddle. Me, anytime I catch a glimpse of the TV and all the propaganda is not even subtle anymore.
You know what I mean? Like every now and again, when I go somewhere, I end up watching TV for more than about 8 seconds. And I watch in raw amazement because I haven't watched TV in any regular time or anything for years now, right? And so you watch the commercials and you're like, so we're just advocating communism now. Like, this is how it is.
Super Bowl, dude. I got back to the house, the friends we were staying with in Florida that night, like, I don't know, 8:39. I said I would come in early because I'd been out later the 2 nights before that. And I go to get some food and whatever else, and like change. I'm all dirty, got to clean up, all that stuff. And I hear these weird commercials and I don't even realize it. And my wife's sitting around with her friends, her friend and her friend's husband, like they're watching the Super Bowl. I'm like, oh, it's the Super Bowl. And I said something, and the guy was really cool that we stayed with. Her friends were very, very, they were great. But they're like, he kind of looked at me like, you didn't realize it was a Super Bowl? And I'm like, dude, I've been shooting guns the last 3 days. And
I was doing important things.
Yeah, I was doing cool stuff. Dude, we had church. We had a dude get, I don't know how religious you are, Don, but we had a guy get baptized in like the swamp water. It was amazing. It was awesome.
That's pretty motivated.
Dude, it was awesome. The whole thing was awesome. Very Christian focused, very Christian centered, very God focused, very much about accountability, male leadership, all this stuff. Guys, I'm going to get to it. This is kind of going to probably be a lot of the show is going to be the memes, and then I'll show you some stuff and we'll talk. I wanted Don to be here though, because I did want to have him back, and being a brother from another mother, both being Marines, I figured he would appreciate some of this stuff because I don't know anyone else that streams that would get it the way that you might, you know. At least
I have this problem.
Right. That I have some sort of relationship with or friendship with it, you know.
Right.
Right.
Well, I'm sure we could call up Vigilance Elite and he'll just come down and talk to us about this and how great it was. Like
I did tell you immediately. I said it to several people though. Immediately after the show, we went off air. We were chatting a little bit afterwards. I was like, dude, I feel like stepbrothers. You know, like they're like, you like activities? I like activities too.
You like money? I like money.
Yeah. It's just how it goes. So, anyways, I'm going to pretend I didn't see any of that.
It's a good time for that.
This would go a lot smoother if we weren't, BSing so much in between. But
What's life for if not for BS?
This is the show, guys. Love it or leave
we can
it.
sit silently.
Hey, like, share, subscribe. Like, share. Do it now.
Smash the like button.
Yeah.
Smash that like button. Get after there and share this on all of your local social media.
Fortify. Woo! This thing will never end.
No.
Oh my God, I'm so mad at Joe Rogan. I'll save it for when we get done.
I mean,
is
there ever a bad time to be mad at Joe Rogan?
You can go now.
Honestly, I think he's a good dude. Like, I'm not here to like shit on him too much. I do like him, but did you hear him talk to Tulsi Gabbard?
When he had Willink on there as well?
No, this
he's
was
not on YouTube anymore, dude.
Yeah, this was recent. I just happened to be scrolling and he was on, and he was like, yeah, all these guys out there trying to say the election was rigged, and it's just the evidence doesn't point to that, and yada yada yada. And I'm like, Joe, bro, you're better than this. What the fuck is wrong with you?
Hey, Tank. The election was completely fair. There was no rigging. There was no fraud. There was nothing ever that was, dude.
Yeah,
dude,
but have you considered But have you considered that if you take DMT, you can see the aliens? Yes. And by the way, those 2 points in juxtaposition do sum up the situation with Joe Rogan on this front. That's all I'm saying.
Here's the thing about Joe. Joe's lived a very good, privileged life, and he admits that. I think Joe's probably a pretty decent dude too. I think Joe is a guy. He's an everyday Joe, right? He's a guy you could chill with, you hang with. But I don't think he's thinking deeply about the politics and the corruption. Yeah.
Look, I get why people like Joe Rogan. I do, right?
I like Joe. And some
on the other hand, I have no tolerance for the yeah, man. So I learned about this thing because I watched the Joe Rogan podcast. Like, bro, bro, you need to stop right now.
That is definitely common. Yeah.
Go forth and read some comic books to learn about reality.
All right, let's keep moving. Fortified democracy.
I was there. That was very exciting.
Troops still there, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
I got to talk to some operators, some private, some mercs, some private security guys that were in DC. So that was cool. But anyways,
and moving along quickly.
Yep. Coincidence. Oh, dude, they're all based. They're so based. You have no idea.
Shocking, really.
Yeah, right. Coincidence. There's be like, you guys always claim there's some open plan to create a new world order. And yeah, actually, shameless self plug, seeing that this is my channel. My other channel, All Minus One, you can go over there and I do a little segment I just started a few weeks back called Story Time, where I read to you directly from these things. And I'm doing the COOF 19 Great Reset right now by Klaus Schwab, going section by section, about 30 minutes at a time. I will get through it. I promise.
Yeah, there's gonna be about 9,000 videos.
I don't. It's not that long. It's not that long a book, but I might cut some of it depending on how far it goes. But yeah, like once a week. Just you guys, you want to know what it's about? Of course, I throw my 2 cents in too. So take that. That's maybe could read more if I didn't talk so much. So it says, how to avoid research and never ask questions. Say conspiracy theorists out loud with confidence. After saying conspiracy theorists, laugh loudly. Go to Snopes.com.
I'm starting to have a strange love affair with Snopes, because Snopes is the place to go to prove everything that they say is false.
Snopes is a meme in itself, dude. I have used Snopes directly several times.
Didn't someone find out that that whole website is run by like 2 fat people?
I could believe that.
All the major fact checking sites are all run by leftists. That's for sure.
Thus, 2 fat people.
Most likely, unless they're still young and vegan.
Yep.
Well,
I've met fat vegans, bro. It's a thing.
You know what I mean? And I wonder how you
start eating that many carbs, shit goes haywire.
Did you? You know what? Here, you know what I'm going to do is I'm going to go contribute to the meme section. That's all I'm saying. I got to go find something. Carry on.
You gotta go find something.
I do.
Oh, okay. Well, we can play that. Anyways, man, this says, once I had a friend who grew up in China ask me why so many Americans watch the news. Confused, I asked, what do you mean? She responded, well, in China, no one watches the news because we all know it's propaganda. I guess Americans haven't figured that out yet. Among the moments that completely changed my paradigm on life, this was one of them. Okay. Well, I mean, I figured that out when I was like 25. So,
you know what I mean?
What do you got?
Hold on. I gotta drop it in here. I'm sure I should just.
Well, you'd have to bring it up on the screen share the way StreamYard works.
No.
Oh God, we're trying to use technology live, guys.
And you're really gonna mess up Tank.
Oh God, it's the live technology. Let's see what happens. It might explode. Here we go. Oh God, no.
We're done. Go. Beyond sausage. Whoa. Okay.
What the fuck?
It's beyond.
Oh my God.
Yeah. For those of you who may not be able to see that, I'll just send it to you.
Get a bigger screen. That's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah, well, I would, but you can't have.
No, I don't
that
mean you. I
market
mean
here.
those who can't see it.
Well, yeah. Stop watching on your phone. Stop helping the Google overlords. Do it now. There we go. There are Discord DMs. I'm sure that will in no way work out horribly.
Oh, that just came in. I can bring it up later, Don, if we want to bring it up, or you can.
Well, I mean, it was.
This
It
is
was my
directly
camera
like,
for a second there.
right. This is directly stuff I downloaded because this is the best way I've figured out how to do it so far. That's what happens when you're a tech genius. It's called the Hegelian dialectic, Jimmy. Basically, you create the problem to get the reaction you want, and then people accept the solution you offer. And if they are really scared, they'll beg you for
it. Cooties.
Yeah, right. Man, I had a buddy, he's a smart guy. He sent me a thing with James Lindsay the other day, and I actually thought I was subscribed to James Lindsay's show on YouTube, and maybe YouTube unsubscribed me. Anyways, I watched it, and he was talking about some dude, I can't remember his name off the top of my head, who I hadn't heard of before. He's a commie, whatever. There's so many of them. Why would I know all of them? And he was talking about the Hegelian dialectic, and my buddy, I started talking to him back, and I was like, oh yeah, it's pretty good. It's like, yeah, I mean, I like James. I've paid attention to his stuff. Heather Penrose, and although she voted for Biden for some weird reason, and Peter Boghossian, like I like those folks. They got good points fighting against this stuff, but you don't need to go to James Lindsay, who's like some intellectual, to figure all this stuff out either. It's kind of my thing.
Well, that's a fight of ages right there, because but there's an expert and he said a thing, and so like we need to pay attention to the thing that the expert said, and this is why I've started comparing my my own prediction lines with experts, and to be fair, mostly what I find that does is piss people off. Parks douchebag, but look, the reality here is if these people are any good, then they should be able to predict at least as well as some asshole on the internet with a pleb hat.
I'm pretty sure, yeah, right, Don. I'm pretty sure everything I've said so far, maybe I've gotten one or two things wrong. Maybe I don't know. I'm pretty sure most of what I said. In fact, let's say I predicted the election wrong because I thought Trump was going to win. Wink, wink. Like, I mean, yeah. I don't know. Like I said, I like James Lindsay. I like what they did with the academic papers. Especially putting Mein Kampf in with feminist language. That's brilliant, because I've been saying for years that scapegoating white people is no different than scapegoating Jews, which Gina Carano just recently sort of kind of got canceled over without even saying it directly. So, indeed. Yeah. I got memes about that too, of course. We're just like this deep in, Anyways, says the system cannot be fixed by the system, and this is the problem with lefties.
Yeah, well, this is the problem with a lot of people, but the real problem with lefties is that you can't make something less screwed up by making more of it. So even if you wanted to say like, man, maybe we could get some oversight or something, that would be one thing. But they're like, have you considered that these guys have screwed up literally everything? So we should put them in charge of more stuff. It's just, come on.
Yeah, let's give them more power, more role, more, more. And it's like, you realize that's why we're at the spot we're at, because we kept giving them more.
Yes.
Yeah. And then finally, for this little segment, union, oil, and gas workers trying to give them more and voting for Joe Biden.
Voting for Joe.
Was it the pipe fitters union that came out and lost their freaking mind over Joe Biden? I was like, what were you expecting? What were you just someone tell me what you were expecting that was not this?
Oh yeah, it's ridiculous. So here we have more of the new woker.
Massive yammers.
Yeah. From the artist G Prime, 85, I believe. It's Alex, some Greek name, guys. Go look him up. Whatever, you'll figure it out.
Alex, some fucking Greek.
Dude,
Some
I
Euro
think that's
Greek.
you're the
what you have
Orthodox
to Google.
Christian here. You should be able to pronounce his last name. All right.
I think that's what you have to Google to find him is Alex some fucking Greek.
Some fucking Greek. I should be able to do a lot of things, Bill.
It's like Galapagos or something. You know those Greek names.
I can. I mean, I know
Gallicanocus?
I dude.
Was it Gallicanocus?
It's
the
G
guy that was driving the truck.
G Prime 85 on Instagram. That's all I'm saying.
Was it Gallicanocus, the guy that was driving the truck in Super Troopers?
That's it.
Yeah,
You did it.
All right, so obviously while in the bathroom, she's enjoying a sub.
Whoa.
So Alexandria Ocasio-Smollett.
I mean,
Tank's too busy lighting those.
What's up? Oh, sorry.
Somebody got something? What you got?
I mean, someone in the Marine Corps would have sex with that. That's what I got.
Ooh, I'm not sure on what end of that. Like, are you talking about a man or a woman? I'm not.
Like I said, someone.
Right. I probably met a guy or two like that in the military. Maybe not quite that effeminate, but
Close.
yeah. And yep.
Hey!
Oh god. I was so near death. They were going to kill me.
Yeah, well, this is finally the good part of the show. Like, it only took us an hour to get here.
See, for those of you that didn't hang on for the full hour and 10 minutes, the problem is you. If you don't think the content is good, it's because you weren't here long enough.
This is true. This is true. And it
You
had
fucking
nothing to do with Tank.
I feel like I'm getting scapegoated here. I feel like a lot of this shit isn't my fault.
No,
Dude.
man, it's my fault.
Look,
Dude, given that I have creative control and all I'm saying is that it is my fault in the end because I have to take extreme ownership.
Oh shit!
But you know what?
How is Mr. Willink doing? Was he at training?
You know what? You messed it up, son. You messed it up. I want you to go find a saw and report back here for rifle PT.
I'm more of a napalm kind of guy.
Oh, I mean, we can try napalm PT. If you
I
want.
mean, on the upside, he won't drop it. Maybe this is what we were all doing wrong. Give people grenades with the pins out. Just be like, okay, just keep lifting.
Oh man,
Don't drop it.
I showed Tank a video a while ago. I think it was him. Maybe it was another friend of mine or something. But these Russians or something, somewhere in Eastern Europe, they like some grenades. This dude like throws a grenade in, and it's like he throws it into a room. It's like blast right by the door. He's standing in front of the door, and the door smacks me, flies back like 50 feet. Hell, I might have got that from your Discord back when memes were on your Discord, Dawn.
Well, I'll see what I can do about getting people to meme on the Discord again.
I actually finally got into your server the other day. Finally,
it is full of spicy things.
I didn't see that, but I at least got in. That's all that matters. Just the tip. Anyways,
That's what she said.
yes. Fry him like bacon. Burn it all down. God bless America. They're killing me.
So, as I consistently say, despite everyone telling me I shouldn't, I was there on the 6th. That's pretty accurate.
That's actually why I wanted you to be on the show.
Wait, you were at the siege of DC?
The siege.
Do you still remember the smell of napalm and burning bodies?
In the morning.
He saw baby parts all over the streets.
What was it like looking over the pile of corpses at the podiums?
Delicious with barbecue sauce.
The way these guys talk about that, like I just saw some shit yesterday where someone was like, "Oh, what were they calling it? The riot at Capitol Hill." I'm like, these dudes were not doing any. They stole a podium. Like what?
The insurrection.
Yeah. Oh my god.
I still have insurrection memes, but I feel like it's already done and passed.
Right. Speaking of which, though, for the Fed that invariably watches my content, I was not in the Capitol building. I was just at the Capitol on the 6th.
Don is also Feds. Mike, hey guy, I know we're good, we're close, whatever. Look, he's a journalist. He's an independent journalist. He was there filming. All right, talk to your buddies, give the guy a break.
Actually, my comment section from all of the stuff that was put up on the 6th, because I couldn't get enough cell phone service to stream at any point, which always makes me wonder about all these people who are like, yeah, I was live streaming. I'm like, how? I had 2 phones on 2 different carriers. How? But, like I put stuff up there and people are posting in the comment section like, the FBI is going to love this channel. Good job posting it, dumbass. And like, I got another one yesterday. Like, if the FBI don't know what I posted by now, then they have failed at life, because all these videos are titled things like DC on the 6th, Part 1.
I think the media rhetoric about going after people is a little bit more hype than the reality. I'm not saying they're not. Obviously, you had a stream, which, by the way, we showed when we had Rebecca from Beauty and the Beta on. I know you had a stream that morning, and someone mentioned it in our chat, probably some cross watchers or something like that, where you had a legal fund build up, and we did show that, and I put that in the description. But for the most part, I don't think, like, people are really freaking out about them coming after us. And don't get me wrong, they're going to come after us.
Right.
Like, I'm not saying they're not, but look, guys, panicking is not good. You need to understand the threat that's presented right now. And
that right there is why I was like, well, look, if they come for you, let me know. And as soon as someone did, I was like, all right, so we're raising funds for legal defense here, because if you're dealing with the feds, a lawyer is a good idea, just period. On the other hand, I don't give a lot of updates on this person, mostly because I don't have a lot of updates, but
right.
Mostly this seems to have come down to the feds found out that this person had a lawyer, and then we're like, oh, well, never mind then.
And that's kind of my thing is like I've had folks on my like personal Instagram and stuff get in contact, or not Instagram, Facebook, whatever, get in contact with me. I don't really use Facebook, but I used to, so I still have a personal Facebook, right? And they'll send me stuff, and I'm like, I know this stuff already. Although, look, guys, if you want to send me something, I appreciate it, because it might lead me down a rabbit hole I haven't seen. Like, but what's it say? Diversity requirements of being an FBI agent has probably made a lot of us say, yeah. You are very noble and savage, my friend.
That seems dark.
Okay. Anyways, but yeah, like, that totally.
That's it. Lost my train of thought. I'm done.
What'd you do?
Okay, look. Here's the question we got to ask ourselves.
Are we going to get through the memes tonight?
Well, probably not. But should I keep drinking scotch or switch to beer?
Yes.
I concur.
This is all that male privilege I've been hearing about. When you have
welcome to 5 minutes in the barracks. Should I swap what I'm drinking or keep drinking what I'm drinking? You have 2 hands, you know.
Oh man, Don. I again, I don't have the chat up, guys. I do dual screen, but I'm not trying to jump between, talking to them directly, and I do have other windows up on my screen right now versus being able to see the memes. So I can't see the chat right now. But Don, I totally told your wife I would try not to keep you for a full 3 hours again or more. But you know what? Wife, I renege.
So she was discussing making dinner this evening. It was like, I'm in Central Time, so we started at 6 my time. She was like, so should I just plan to have dinner at like 8:30, maybe 9? Like, make it at 8. We'll see how it goes.
As long as she loves you and she sticks with you, Dawn, screw her. Whatever. We're gonna keep going. So, anyways,
with the actual Marine Corps, I think she'll be okay.
Yeah,
see,
right.
see, that's why I skipped dinner, so I'd be extra drunk when I started drinking.
Hell yes.
Because I want to be good for these guys. I want to give a good show for the chat here. And I'm about 6 beers deep and a glass of scotch. So
and it shows.
When Tank yaks on the laptop and the stream suddenly ends, and the last thing you see is him just.
The thing is neither one of us are big guys, but I'm sure from doing streams with Tank and all, like, he can drink like me. And I'm not saying like I haven't drank in a week. I'm on number 3 and I feel good, but I also have a whole plate of meat and cheese and stuff here. But yeah, Tank, like me, if I want to drink, I can put them back. And I don't know where it goes, but somehow the body processes. That's
yeah, it's how it works.
So,
it turns out when they were telling you in boot camp, the human body is very resilient. It can put up with a lot of punishment. They really just meant your liver.
Yeah,
right. Until I punch you or kick you there, because I promise.
Then I'm going to die.
Well, you think so, but you'll be all right. In a little bit, you'll be all right.
Probably.
You'll be all right. Anyways,
there's not a lot of blood. It's fine.
Like, I'm gonna have to cut memes, dude. If we keep,
all right,
we can stop here. That's fine. We can. Stop.
I'm gonna have to cut out memes.
I will shut up for all of 3 memes.
Don't make me come back there. All right,
you're making this hard. Look, mute button.
I don't care. I just hope our fans are fine. That's a good use of the mute button, though, Don.
That it is.
Yeah. So you
can find a good showmanship reason to mute yourself. Do it.
Right. I must die. No, you didn't. You weren't there. Neither were you. We can get through the AOC memes pretty quick because I was there at the Capitol building.
It is strange how much their faces parallel each other.
I know.
Her eyebrows a little more wild than his, but other than that, it could just be one picture.
Well, it's not that she's masculine looking so much as that he looks like a little girl.
Yes.
I mean, I shouldn't talk trash. I probably did when I was a young man as well, but I also got girls, so I don't know.
Who's on the right side? David Hogg.
Yes. Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez. Almost Die Hard. Wrong building.
That is horrible.
That
is not an amazing Photoshop.
I know it's not, but I was like, what is this atrocity? But yes, I need to have it. It looks like half of her head's burnt or something.
Right.
She's in a fire.
Is this like the next Two-Faced movie?
Like, what's going on?
Oh, God.
And then we have the shaman.
Here's shaman.
Yes. And then the little lady Terminator.
Would you smash though?
The little lady
Terminator?
No. I'm talking about massive yammers.
When she doesn't, I think I like Latin women. I'm really surprised I married white bread. I really am, because I date a lot of But I will say this: she's got horse teeth.
Oh man,
like
well,
so her and Sarah Jessica Parker.
And she's got but I do like crazy eyes. My wife doesn't have crazy eyes, but I've met and dated many a crazy eye back in the day, back when I was a heathen.
I feel like you've now learned from safety briefs.
Yeah. The safety brief. Yes. My Lord. We should have those all the time. When you guys like, oh, there I was in Daily Plaza. Sorry. I also have another JFK meme coming up. I mean, if we get through the memes, it might take us 4 hours.
I think you have the answer: speed, intensity, and volume.
That's when my wife married me.
So after her little drive, We have this.
Oh my god.
Then we have she got to save land, and then she saw Teddy Cruz. Cruz pulls out finger guns. Hey, I've been shot.
Storming the
And-
bitches of Normandy.
Ever since then, AOC claims she was killed in the Capitol riots and is now a ghost.
I mean, look, I thought the Babylon Bee was supposed to be satire. That's all I'm saying.
Nah, bro, no.
Well, I'm just going to push through the AOCs. It says, stop imagining fake scenarios and hunting your own feelings. Visible confusion. Invisible, visible. What's the difference? You know, it's not like they're opposites.
It's literally the same thing.
Yeah. I was never more quiet in my life as I was when. Sorry, guys. I just know the punchline to this. I was never more quiet in my life than when I felt I was threatened by the protesters. So you're saying there's a way we can shut her up?
No.
Yes, that is the correct answer. Unfortunately. So we have some more Mr. G Prime 85, and this is the coming soon cancel culture. Like it hasn't been here for freaking almost a decade now.
Right.
Yes. But guys, like, start figuring out your monetary situation. I did want to bring this up because yeah, like, I don't care if you believe in the book of Revelations or not. I do, but it's coming true. You won't be able to buy or sell. So figure out your stuff is all I'm going to say. Get some land. You do have time. Before we are a complete terrible hellstorm. In my
So this guy's name is George Alexopoulos.
Opalus?
George. See, I called him
Alex.
Alex. See, that,
Yeah.
but I'm just
Oh,
dude.
See, now you've misled the entire stream. Now we
I
don't know
know,
who we're looking
I know.
for.
And shut the fuck up.
I tell everyone I'm dyslexic. I'm like, you cannot trust. I'm not going to mix things up, and I'm bad with names.
I mean,
I-
George and Alex are basically the same.
George Alexopoulos is his name.
I thought it was like Alex Georgiopoulos or something like that.
Alex Jorb's Greek guy.
No, I said Googleopolis or something. I thought.
Googleopolis? I mean, that's
Yeah,
pretty close.
Yeah. I mean,
I know,
I'll
it's
watch
pretty-
this afterwards if I'm still awake, and we'll find out.
I'm gonna go back and watch this later to find out how right I was about this guy's name. And if I was wrong, you're never gonna hear about it.
That's right, Alex Jones style. Ooh.
Elite
Wait.
Dangerous.
And,
What'd you-
I mean-
What'd you smash though?
And
What?
Kamala? No. Willie Brown has been there.
I don't know. Ever since I got the vaccine, I've been thinking about it.
This meme can't die. You cannot let this go. When I am not on the show, I'm coming back to check. God damn it!
okay. Speaking of which, have you? I can bring this up, but have you really seen the top of this meme where it says, just so the audience can see, trading sex with married men for government jobs since 1994.
Isn't that what everyone did in 1994 though? Like, isn't that kind of?
I mean,
It's what I was doing. I mean, I was like 14, but it was good money. So
That's all I'm saying. That's why we're all millionaires now.
yeah, I'm living the life, dude. Living that life. How it started. There is no cancel culture. The fastest way to get a book deal in this country is to whine about cancel culture. Every single one of these people ends up on their feed. They're fine. They have giant platforms. They're heard loud and clear. Right-wing opinions are everywhere. So that was in June of 2020. And this was just like the other week. One of the most serious threats to free speech is the silencing of criticism of the government of Israel. I've now found this out the hard way, having just been fired as a Guardian columnist for sending a tweet about the U.S. military aid to Israel. Oh no!
Well, you know, when you
Who could have seen this coming?
Yeah.
Who?
Yeah.
when you say the mean things about Ben Shapiro, that's basically it. You're done.
Look,
I'll tell you what,
okay.
man. I'll tell you what. I everyone warns it. We all talk about it. Every one of us who are liberty-minded, whatever, we understand how communism works, how the authoritarians work, how the collectivist works, whatever you want to call it. However, the evil SOBs work. And we say, hey, guess what? You can align with those people and they're going to come for you too. And they laugh at you and they scoff. And then this happens, right?
Every time.
Every time. Every time. But you know what? Don't listen to me. What do I care? Speaking of which,
amazing.
Rick Lindell went out with a bang.
That is incredible. I need to know who made that.
I have no idea, Don. Like I said, I just mine these memes. I'll tell you what. If this was the gold rush, though, and these
I
memes
bet it was.
were worth gold.
Don, he probably mined this meme from your server.
He probably did. Though, as he has complained about, I think both times I've been on the show, the server is no longer the super meme Discord that it once was.
No. I'm talking about your private server now, not your Discord. Your Discord, though, yes, but most of the stuff on your Discord I couldn't even use. And you know why? You know.
Yes,
why.
I do.
Yes. Not that I don't have those things saved, because I do.
I'm just saying, look. I don't want to get off in the weeds here about any bullshit, but I'm just saying I have questions about the USS Liberty attack.
Well, if you have questions about the USS Liberty attack, you can Google USS Liberty and find out for yourself.
That was much better than the $5 I paid you to shout me out. Afterward, I should. You know what? He's like, Bill just paid me $5. I ought to give him a proper radio. How dare you?
I know. How dare you? How dare you?
No, I actually thought that was pretty funny when you did that. I was like, hell yeah. I think I commented on it, but whatever.
Well, you know, it's 2 for 1 shilling. How much can you be upset?
Yeah, exactly. I could have gave you the $3. The $3. I gave you $2 extra, Don.
I did. I noticed that's why you got 2. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it.
All right. So, wrongfully accused of being an anti-Semite and getting fired, gets hired by an Orthodox Jew.
Notoriously not people aware of anti-Semitism.
No, they don't care. They don't care at all. So, speaking of cancel culture and Gina Carano, we have the future. The future. The further a society drifts from the truth, the more they will hate those who speak it. George Orwell. And we get all Mickey there. Ha ha! Or whatever he does. Yeah.
With the saw, you see, this is how you know. This is how you know. Right? So for those of you who wonder how it is that we're like, hey, we know that someone who made this has never been in combat. See those bipods out front,
totally fully deployed as well, and
right?
The bipods tuck underneath,
right? The
little
space
saw.
where you clip them into the bottom of the saw. And equally speaking, if you're just carrying it around like that, like you can hold those bipods as like a side handle.
Yes, and to your point, Don, if someone has had combat training, at least they know that you can drop those at any point and you can run with them. And sometimes you do stick them forward to dig them into the ground, but not when you're in a prison camp.
Right.
Why would you have them forward where someone could grab at them or whatever else?
Exactly.
All right, guys. That's enough autistic military.
Autism.
Yes.
There's more of that later. Stay tuned.
Of course. And of course, what happened to Gina? What? Anyways. What? Disney getting rid of Finn because China doesn't like black people. Disney supporting China and condemning Free Hong Kong. Gina Carano having an opinion and refusing to put her pronouns in her Twitter account. Yeah. All right. Disney producer Jack Morrissey tweeted that MAGA kids should go into the wood chipper, and Disney did nothing. That's how much Disney cares about children.
Indeed.
Excuse me. Anyways, basically, so this is the traditional sense of the word hypocrite. And that word in Greek means actor. And so you'll look at Greek scholars thinking when Jesus used that word, it meant different things. No, he meant someone who pretended to be one thing and did another. And
man, so this is for those that are vaguely our age. They're all posers, man. They're all posers.
Yes, posers. You're just a poser, man. Dude, but I don't know. When I was a kid, man, like people call you a poser for everything.
Oh man,
like, you know.
At this point, I would be called a invariably, if it was like 91, I would be called a poser for having a pleb hat, even though I invented this.
Dude, I watched I rewatched the stream we did last time, and I said Cherry Hill. I meant to say Cherry Point, up around Havelock, North Carolina. And I rewatched it. And I said Cherry Hill. I was like, but I said AP Hill earlier. I don't even know why I did that. But people misspeak. But I could very well see someone watching that stream be like, "Oh, Bill was never in the Marine Corps. He said Cherry Hill. It's not Cherry Point." Right. But that's what people do with anyone who is willing enough to go on the internet and put themselves out there.
Oh, that is the way, right? Excuse me, bro. It's not a saw. It's an M249. Like, okay, so the thing that I know about you is that you were in the fucking military.
Right. Well, this is also why, though, like some guys, like, again, I will always say I do watch Tim Pool regularly. I think he's a good resource. I don't always like his takes, but like I get it. Dude makes one of the things I like about Tim, I respect about him, is he seems honest. He puts it out there. He will seem to correct himself, whatever else. I think he's afraid to be like, okay, the dots connect here, and I'm going to go there because conspiracy theory.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and he waits until media admits their conspiracy theories, right?
Which is okay. Tim talks about both the cathedral and the Great Reset. He does, all on his little lonesome.
Yeah,
but he doesn't attribute the cathedral to the right person.
And he doesn't attribute to Mulbog. No. Yes,
that bothers the shit out of me.
But he got that from Malice. Malice picked it up.
Yeah, he doesn't even think that Michael Malice
made it. Exactly.
But regardless, he talks about both of these things, and it's like, I don't like to talk about conspiracy theories. And I'm like, bro, I understand that the cathedral is described as not really a conspiracy theory, but it kind of is. But more importantly, the Great Reset is a conspiracy theory, dude.
Yeah, that's completely true. And that's the thing. He's I don't know, man. I feel like for him, it's his own personal standard. It's his personality. He needs to make sure he has everything right before he can comment on it, which he doesn't always do either, but whatever. To each their own. And here we go with the last thing with Disney. And so that wraps that up. Where am I at? Oh, we're getting there. There was a Super Bowl, guys. Did you hear? I didn't even know till I showed up. So it says, I think I know who wins this tonight.
Right?
Yeah. I mean, my wife was quite upset that Brady won another Super Bowl. She's like, I hate Brady. I'm like, I don't really care. And then we have this crazy lady, which I had many tweets I could have brought up here, but I didn't. didn't want to disparage her too much, but it says, watching the Super Bowl and seeing so many people in one place is making my heart race. This feels unsafe. And I guess I'm rooting for the team with the racist name over the team with the Trump-loving QB. So you'd rather support the racists than the Trump lovers. Anyways, and a sport that still hasn't apologized to Colin Kaepernick.
Who doesn't support the Ku Klux Klan over the people that support the president of the United States? You know.
Oh, there was one tweet I was like, yeah, I could use it, could not. But he was like, oh, you seem to hit all the intersectional bingo except for climate change.
Well, there's only so much that fits in one tweet.
Yeah, exactly. You have so many words. Thank you for expressing the concerns many of us did not having the courage to express. I hope those cardboard cutouts don't go home and infect the rest of their families. And then, of course, old Benny Johnson here put up, seeing so many people in one place is making my heart race. This feels unsafe. And, of course, this is a quote. And these are the people.
Man, they're so realistic.
Yeah.
Though, on the other hand, that one kid does look real.
Well, coyotes bringing over those children from Mexico.
No,
dude.
If you zoom in on the picture on the right, there's one kid that looks real. Everything else is obviously fake.
Okay. Hold on.
That down one row from where the mouse is. Like
that looks like playing fucking what's that? Guess Who?
Wait, what is this? What is it? What is this dude wearing? Is this a Hannibal
picture of a
Lecter mask?
dude wearing a mask? That is amazing. That is the level of masking.
There's a cat back there and a dog.
That's amazing. Well, we did find out that cats can be lawyers recently. So
yes, I did have a meme about that, and I dropped it because there were so many memes, guys. 2 weeks, I can never be away for that long again. Never.
Right?
Yeah.
Man. So
I don't know how you do. You cut back your streams, right? Because you were doing like 3 or 4 a day.
Yeah, I was doing 3 or 4 a day.
Yeah. And screw those guys who were complaining about you not doing stuff outside. Because my thing is, I'm going to do what I keep doing, and I'm going to do stuff outside of what I do. And that's my thing, is I'm going to measure that level and be like, yeah, I can only stream so much or do this and that. And I gotta have a life outside of that. And part of that life is organizing like-minded people in communities and getting together, So
that's
that kind of stuff.
Part of the reason that I cut back to 2 a day is that I had zero time to push forward on anything that was not the stream, right? Because I stream at 10:30 Eastern, and then for a while there it was 1 Eastern, right? Which is just enough time for those of you who don't do this to go get something to eat, come back, set up next stream, get everything done, have about 15 minutes of downtime, and then start second stream. And then the next one was 6 p.m. Eastern, which let me do things like go to the store and buy food.
Yeah, man. I mean, no, I totally get it. And I don't do the workload you do. And it's like I've been trying to really, really be consistent and building up my alt tech. And yeah, it doesn't take too long for me to upload something from one thing to another, initially.
Except BitChute.
Yes. Yeah. I just started re-uploading there, actually. So my all -1 account picks up just like yesterday or something for BitChute because it's like, I guess I'm gonna do it. PeerTube,
man.
Yeah, PeerTube I've been using for a little bit, and it's like that, man. It's like butter. Rumble's a little slow, but not as slow as actually YouTube's slower than both of those. Yes, for me. And I'm talking about often I do it through Wi-Fi. Right now I'm running through Ethernet cable, but yeah.
Oh yeah, don't do the wireless thing. Run the lines. It's worth it.
Right. No, I did. I've been doing that this week. So anyways, so here we have from the halftime show, which I think I ran into the shower by this point, but I kind of sort of caught this and I was like, what in the world's going on here? Says the people who rule and terrorize you on the psychological level outside are, outside your conscious awareness, and that's Jason Christoph, and he's had many choice words about this, but that look, man. I mean, I'm not saying imagery is what it is, but it's interesting that these folks will be wearing underwear on their face during the coup.
Right?
Yeah. It's just a little bit interesting to me.
What the hell, man?
I don't know. And then me running from the Chinese anal swab COVID testers. I did catch that live because I was all settled by then. And then they're like, "Oh, there's a streaker," and yeah.
I mean, whatever you got to do, I guess. But that said, chastity belts are about to make a comeback. That's all I'm saying.
Yes. And then finally, in this little segment here, it says, "Remember when I fortified the footballs?"
Hell yes.
It's funny because the Raiders used to always be the cheaters, right?
Mm. Yeah, but that was mostly roids.
So here we have impeachment news because I've been away for 2 weeks, guys. I didn't know there was an impeachment going on. Like, I don't pay attention. I have no clue. Come on. Anyways, let's see. So this says impeach Trump before we all end up with jobs. And that's been up long enough, so whatever.
Next.
So this says God, but I'm pretty sure he's praying to the Dark Lord. Please, dear God, give us 67 votes for conviction. I mean, her God versus my God. I'm just saying.
I was gonna say, I don't think that's who she's praying to. Though it is worth noting that I have no information that will lead to the arrest of Hillary Clinton.
Yeah, I mean, Hillary's the best. I'm just saying, no one needs to die. It is
a real shame.
No one needs to die here, Don. No one needs to die.
It was her turn. It's the worst thing ever that she was not elected she-demon, POTUS of the United States.
Would you smash, though?
No.
No.
Pretty sure that's a good way to end up dead. That's all I'm saying.
Yes. She's also gay. Anyways, the U.S. Senate on Saturday found Donald Trump not guilty on an impeachment charge and citing an insurrection by 57 to 43, just 10 votes short of Hillary's goal.
Can stealing a podium really be considered insurrection?
Well, look, Grandma with her flag and stealing of a podium and sitting in Nancy Pelosi's desk. These are the things that have historically overthrown governments, right? When you think about classical coups, you're like, yeah, man, somebody walked into a dictator's home office and sat at his desk, and that was pretty much it, man. Everyone, it was all over right there.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Here's my thing. Hey, Nancy, it's Owen. Owen who? ON2. And damn right. Back-to-back impeachment champ. Yeah.
It is still great that he did all of this this wrestling nonsense before now. The memes have been spectacular. That's all I'm saying.
What's insane is there are so many people who just do not appreciate this presidency. Whether you think it as a troll, whether you think that he did good things, whether whatever you think aside from he's destroying America. Because I can promise you, it is the people saying he's destroying America who are destroying America. And it wasn't this guy at all. This guy, whatever. I didn't vote for him first election. Second election, I did. First election, really, because I just wasn't sure. I kind of thought maybe he might have been a shill. Didn't take long for him to prove me otherwise. I was like, okay.
Right. Look, in the world of things that Trump definitely did do well, he has created the ultimate hatred of the media. And I just want that to stick around.
Yes, yes. Trust amongst the media right now is quite low. I think the lowest of all time, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, it's interesting how that happened. I don't always get impeached, but when I do, I didn't.
Ooh.
2-0, baby, 2-0. Biden has been president for 24 days, and the only one he has delivered is to Trump.
I mean,
Yeah, buddy.
yes.
All right. And then since it's now okay to impeach former presidents, might I make a few suggestions?
Oh man, seriously. And look, not to get all serious and mean reviews, because that's a bad idea. However, I've heard a bunch of people be like, "Oh, you can't impeach Obama because the impeachment wasn't started when he was in office." And I was like, "But that means we can impeach Clinton."
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Well, here we go.
Not impeach.
Here we go. We all know that the Biden administration is not going to waste time on mass shooters coming. So there's a lot of news in this. And so this has really been going around in like operator circles, no joke. Like a lot of the guys I was training with the other week and other people I've seen, this has been going around. So these folks are based, and the idea that we're going to be put in jail. I think this is a little bit hyperbolic personally, but let's be aware of these things. And then of course we have the NRA here. And okay, well, you guys are a bunch of cucks like 85,000% of the time. And says, oh yeah, President Biden issues statement calling for Congress to ban commonly owned firearms and whatever else. So yeah, this is
the NRA will never stop fighting for the Second Amendment, except in 1934 when you thought that the NFA was a good idea. Except during
you mean this, Don? You mean this right here? You mean you mean that? I mean, man. I know, guys, we did not plan that. I'm just saying.
No, not at all.
We didn't. Everything is unscripted. Wink, wink. No, everything is unscripted.
Everything is unscripted, bro.
Yeah. That's why we had such a great start.
That was in the script. Checkmate you.
Yeah, it's just a tax on machine guns and silencers. It's just a ban on buying guns through the mail. It's just a ban on new machine guns. And as you can see, this progresses. You all can read. I'm not going to read through this whole thing because I'm trying to get through memes, guys. And you just have to understand history and the reality of these things. Firearms prevent an estimated 2.5 million crimes per year. 400,000 life-threatening violent crimes are prevented. That was from the CDC, if I'm not mistaken, under Obama, who found that research. And
so, there is debate about this, which is to say that this report got buried and never actually shown to the public, and it was supposedly leaked to someone who then sort of recanted when they said, well, look, I don't have an official source for this, but this is what I was told. Still no report released, though.
Okay. So 60% of convicted felons admit they avoid committing crimes with people they believe or think are armed. And again, that's...
Well, duh.
Yeah. I mean, they'll tell you. Like, if you work in that field and you talk to them, they'll tell you. In any case, it says, know your gun parts. None of your government's business. 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 Yeah, pretty much. And reasons you shouldn't invade America. So up here in the upper left quadrant, we have Nazis, apparently. I don't know.
That's Ruby Ridge, bro.
I'm not sure. I'm not sure if that's Idaho or if that's Washington or Oregon, because I would agree with Washington and Oregon being Nazis. So in any case, this part would be tough. Gangs, SEALs. I guess that's Navy SEALs. Look, guys, there's only a couple of thousand of those. So
there's tens of thousands of dumb jarheads in the exact same place.
Exactly. long-range Mormons, machine gun collectors, cartels, cowboys, rednecks, contractors, Florida man. You can never discount Florida man.
See, I'm less afraid of Florida man than I am something just slightly north of Texas.
Dude, I was in Florida for like 5-6 days, whatever it was, and Florida man's real. It's been a while since I've been down. It's real. Here we have the only reason government would outlaw body armor is to make it easier for them to kill you.
I mean, it doesn't matter how you church that up. That's basically true.
I literally was with I got this card right here actually. Yeah, you can see that. These guys right here, they make a backpack with ballistics. I was there this past weekend. Here, I'll hold that up again. So if people can see that. In any case, they are working on body armor. I talked to the president of the company, a former I think he was a chief master sergeant. He was senior or chief master sergeant in the Air Force, had retired. Good dude. We chatted for a while, and yeah, I asked him what he thought about civilians having body armor or companies not selling to civilians. He's like, "Well, that's BS."
Yeah, I mean,
like, yeah, it's complete. It's purely defensive. What are you going to do?
If I have level 4 plates, I can slam your head into it and have a portable metal thing to hit you in the face with, as opposed to all the other portable metal things that I can have.
Right. What high stakes cards look at or looks like in 2021?
See, I've seen this. I cannot afford this game. That's all I'm saying.
I don't have a shoddy, so and I don't. These are pistol caliber rifle rounds. So, what are those specifically? Because I know. Can you tell what round those are?
45-70.
Yeah, that's sort of what they look like.
Yeah, they're not a regular rifle round either way. It's hard to tell from the picture, but. And then I have foreigners saying Americans don't use the metric system. Me, with a 9mm and 5 grams in my pocket. But this is fake news because I carry a 40 and an 8 ball. That's all I'm saying.
Just an 8 ball?
What?
Just an 8 ball?
I didn't say anything.
Well, look, you got to be portable, all right? You can't be carrying around 2.2 pounds for no reason.
There's a difference between portable and underprepared.
All right, last one for this section. I got like 2 more sections, guys. They're not that long, but
what?
I am gonna.
Oh my god!
I am
literally all of the fucking internet.
I'm literally like working on beer number 4 right now.
16, 105. I don't know. There's beer, and I've been drinking it.
I had to check. It's beer number 4, but I do have to pee. I cannot host the show in a state of perpetual needing to pee. Doesn't work. But this says, for those of you who are dyslexic like myself or cannot read or just retarded, what does a government do once it has disarmed its citizens? Whatever it wants, baby.
Well, look, I'm sure Shay was a good boy who didn't do nothing.
Yeah. I talked about that on my channel. Hey, you guys talk amongst yourselves. I will be very quick. Very quick.
Fair enough. Tank, let's shit talk about how everything's his fault.
It's actually last section.
So anyways, I set this shit up good today, and then fucking Bill came up and fucked it all up.
I mean, like, it was basically as soon as he got on the stream, everything went wrong. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like, he sat and like he checked out for a minute, and then things were going well. And then, when he came back, everything just immediately broke.
I'm gonna blame him for everything. Yeah, that's why this channel has more views than his does.
Oh,
because I run shit right. No, I don't know. And by the way, chat, I did speak Chinese before today and the vaccine. I've been speaking Chinese in the chat to fuck with people and
back in 91, Tank found out that we were all going to need to speak Mandarin soon and got on that shit back then.
I'm ahead of the curve, bro.
Man, I should start taking Tank's predictions. That's the way this
works.
Bro,
I'm telling you, yeah. So, I did. Just for anyone who might be curious, I did study modern Chinese history in college, and that's why I've been slinging Chinese in the chat to fuck with people.
You studied modern Chinese history?
Yeah.
I mean, do they
Yeah.
even teach that, or is it just bow to Mao?
I mean, my entire focus is basically on the Cultural Revolution. So yeah, I mean, it was modern Chinese history technically starts in 1911, but all the good shit doesn't happen until like 1949.
Yeah, I was gonna say at least post the 30s.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
That's around the time that Mao at least exists.
Yeah, I my thesis was on Cultural Revolutions. That was my main focus. But you know, when you're writing your thesis, you kind of
Completely
have
forgot
to.
about that. I keep meaning to sit down and drink for like 12 hours with you and talk about the Cultural Revolution, because I'm pretty sure there's no way to talk about the Cultural Revolution that doesn't involve drinking for 12 hours.
Don, I'm totally going to get you to the Full Spectrum Warriors Protector Summit next year if I can, because it was great. I'm sure you would really appreciate it. It was great for me in being that I used to be a shooter, and I have very, very much so neglected my shooting skills. Like I'll plank now and again, but not my more tactical shooting skills, if you would. And with everything going on today, we all need to make allies and friends and grow our communities. So yeah.
I'll tell you what, if you go, and we should get a hold of guy who runs it. Maybe what we should do is start establishing group package things or something.
Maybe I don't know. My buddy is one of the instructors under him. They go way back, which I wasn't quite aware of. But one of the reasons why I was there in the first place is because I saw my buddy shill it, and then he texted me.
Yeah.
And well, no, I mean, like he texted me like a week afterward, and I was literally in the process. I have the email, or sorry, the text message. I was in the process of signing up for it. My buddy Greg's like. He's like, Bill, you should come to this. Here, I have an instructor's code to give you a discount. I'm like, yeah, dude.
Okay.
I'm like, no joke. I'm literally in the middle of signing up for this right now. And I already had the instructor's code because it was on his Instagram. But in any case, me and Greg go back. I don't know. I'm not saying we're besties or whatever because we don't live in the same area, but
they held each other's dicks in middle school.
Right. No. No, he's Belarusian. He's a white Russian. No, he actually explained it. I didn't know this because I know a little bit of Russian, but I've forgotten most of it. And I was like, what are you? What does that mean? You have milk in you or something? Like, well, you're white Russian. He's like, no. Bella's white and Rus is Russian. I was like, oh yeah, duh, of course. Yeah. Yeah, he's like a year older than I am, and I don't know. He was in the Slavic, Russian martial arts, that kind of stuff. It's his heritage. He does a lot of other stuff too, like Muay Thai and Jiu-Jitsu and kind of knife fighting. And I mean, he's a deputized sheriff, trains people, all that stuff. So, but I've known Greg for I'm gonna say 10 years now, probably. So, and he stayed with me before, and I've stayed at his place. So it's not like we're not friends. It's just we're guys, so we don't always talk. That kind of thing.
That is how it goes, dear everyone who's like, Don, why don't you call me on a weekly basis? Because I have a penis.
Yeah, pretty much. So, speaking of which, so that's a pretty good transition into
me having a penis.
Yeah, dude, it was Valentine's.
Oh,
it was Valentine's Day. I got to.
Where did you get the world's
tiniest meme? We all remember. Look, everyone has to have a Valentine's card. Like everyone in the class has to have one. And I just want you guys to know that you take my breath away. Take my breath away. And jet fuel isn't hot enough to melt steel beams, but you are.
Hey,
you are hot enough to melt steel beams. And then here, are you a bullet? Because I can't get you out of my head.
Oh, stupid memes. Bullets go through 1 body, 2 body, 3 body, 4.
Yeah, it depends. Do they expand? Like, what's the grain? How much powder is behind it? What's going on there? Not that I'm any expert on that. And then you've stolen your way into my heart. Happy Valentine's.
Oh, that's it. You're canceled by Susan.
Yes. Well, eventually it will happen. And here we have The Hill, the most important publication ever. And actually, The Hill used to be half decent, and
I have a love-hate relationship with these.
Yeah, man. I feel you. I feel you.
Would you smash though?
The Hill? Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
So we have Obama posts family photo on Valentine's Day to the three who never failed to make him smile. Of course, only 2 of them are smiling because the other one's getting the smiles from old Hunter.
Hey!
Allegedly. Although I have seen
more importantly, why is Obama posting pictures with the Kardashians?
Right. Well, you know, the real Valentine's story is right here, and that is the relationship between Hillary and Michelle. You smell like a corpse, and I can feel your wiener.
Oh my God, we finally got. I was worried we weren't going to have a Michelle Obama tranny meme.
Tank, just because it took 2 hours to get there, you have to trust the process.
Jesus.
All right,
trust the plan, Tank.
Trust the plan.
Trust the plan.
Trust the plan.
I'll eat your ass.
Why do I believe you?
Trust the plan. Actually, it didn't take 2 hours because we technically didn't start until quarter after, so it's taken an hour and 45 minutes.
We technically didn't start till quarter after.
Streamlabs has us at 2 hours and 2 minutes.
Okay.
Just saying. Saying.
Oh my God.
How dare
See
you
that?
me, Don?
That's it. That's it right there. That's the stuff. Women, pay attention.
I knew you would like this. I know you're a native Californian, but I feel like that Texas has taken you over. And
long before I moved.
Yes. And this is how I hear Valentine's Day is to Texas, but specifically as a Valentine's from me to you, Don, I did want to give you this.
I feel touched. Thankfully, you're not Joe Biden. That's amazing.
Now, I don't know whose kid this is, but rest assured, as long as our friendship will stand, my kid will hold such a sign up one day. So,
whenever it is that we meet in person, I fully expect your child to be holding.
You're gonna be like, you're short as hell, bro. You're gonna be like, what the hell? I feel like you're a very tall man, though.
Me? No, I'm a manlet. Thoroughly confirmed by meeting people in real life.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm certainly a manlet. Tank's he's 7'2".
I'm 6'3", 185 pounds. So,
I believe 7'2", much more than 6'3".
So this is for you, Tank, because I know how you love the coming transhuman agenda. And this knee brace is like straight Iron Man. It says,
"Oh, is it?
Does your knee brace easily slide down or too tight for your leg when working out? The cutting-edge technology is designed to detect your motion state in real time and the tightness level according."
Oh my God, I unironically need one of these.
What the fuck, bro? What the fuck?
See, I knew he would act like this.
I don't trust that shit.
Dude, does that... I mean, like, if you need your knee replaced, but does that not look like, hey, let me get a little bionic here?
Yeah, like that's... Wasn't George... Didn't like George St. Pierre or someone getting some shark cartilage put in their knee? I forget who it was.
Really?
But yeah, they had like their knee got blew out, like, you know, meniscus or whatever. I think it was George St. Pierre, and he ended up getting shark cartilage put in his knee.
Okay, I can see that, but this is mechanical.
Oh yeah, shark cartilage is way better than this fucking industrial shit. Fuck no.
I mean,
get that shit.
I'm
Get
sold
that
on
shit.
shark
Your Uncle
cartilage.
Ted,
How do
your
you
Uncle
make
Ted
this
would be
happen?
proud.
Yeah. Uncle Teddy is moving to Oklahoma soon, is all I'm saying.
Woo!
All right, I literally have 3 left, okay? And I have to do this. I have to do. I told you I had a Tom Cruise meme coming, and it shall land. just noticed that Tom Cruise is beginning to look like a middle-aged lesbian.
Oh
Indeed.
my god!
And now you shall never unsee. That is for all of you viewers, present and future.
What is this from? Because
I
he
have
really
no
does
idea,
look like a
dude.
middle-aged lesbian.
I have no freaking clue. But yeah, that's like Katie Lang or something. I mean, what's going on there?
I don't know, but Karen in the background is not making it better.
This looks like a Melissa Etheridge
go,
album
girl.
cover.
All right, lastly, but not least, but I will not leave these up long. I have one really, real important Valentine, and that is my wife. This is my wife and I about 3 years ago. When we first started dating, we dated for about 4 months and then got married because I knew what I wanted and she was ready to move on in her life. And guys, this is the most important thing that you can do is find a good woman and settle down with her. I, like a lot of people online, want to protect my family, but at the same time, whatever. You're gonna figure it out one way or another.
What are you doing wholesome things in the middle?
I know.
Why do you look totally in this picture?
Hey,
than
look
you
at
do
this!
now?
Look at this beautiful woman and my luxurious hair, and
And my
that's all I'm
luxurious
saying. That's all I'm saying.
Grr.
Yeah. With that, guys, my wife is pregnant though. Very, very pregnant, about to have our baby child. Happy Valentine's Day, baby. Screw these two guys.
So I think we need to be breaking your balls here more than hers. So you know.
Oh, I know. No,
do you with your
like,
luxurious hair? Do you?
Well, my hair's not that luxurious now.
It's terrible.
Growing it back out. You know. Hey, Tank, play that Memecast News outro sounder.
Oh, what the
same as
hell? I
intro
guess
sounder.
so.
I can't believe this is going to be after memes, but I feel like this should be said. Base pleb wife, I'm okay with interracial marriage, so your dwarf hobbit romance is fine with me. Don't worry.
Oh my
Wait,
god.
huh? What just happened?
It's in chat right now. Someone who has met both of us in real life.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Oh my god. So, are we? How long are we going with this? Because I got time. It's whatever.
Well,
7
that's
a.m.
really up to Don being the guest, but I think 10 Eastern should be max.
Grr.
Well, I mean, you're not wrong. You know, there is time limits to whether or not people will watch things in the future, and that's important.
Yeah.
Yeah, that probably helps. Okay, I got Yiz here in the chat. I'm finally seeing chat. It's amazing.
Dude, Yiz has been holding it down in the D Live chat like a champ. Preach.
Oh man! So for like no reason whatsoever, I just got all of D Live chat like right now.
Yeah, guys. Sorry, this has been such a weird, screwed up show. This is what happens when you take vacation. You don't practice your skills for a little while. I literally made.
Don't try and put it off on vacation. This is what happens when you invite me to your show.
You're probably right, Don. You're probably right. No, I literally, the first video I made when I came back Monday, I mean, I got back late Wednesday night, had to rest Thursday. I think I slept like something like 12 hours, like Thursday or something crazy. But I was like, okay, I need to get back to it. I'll wait till Monday. So all -1, I have a segment, quick shots. I try to keep them to 10, 15 minutes, 20 minutes-ish max, because most of my content's longer. And I'm doing it, and at the end, I miss my tab in OBS and pull up the other tab, which is screenshotting my OBS, you know, the infinity thing.
Yep.
Don, I've seen you do this before in live stream.
Indeed.
Yes.
I think I can do it right now, actually.
Right.
Where's my... There we go. We can come over here and... Nope, it's not that one. There we go.
Yeah,
this guy right here.
Oh, well, I was still in screen because the way I had mine set up, you know, I have a background and whatever else. But the point being, I was like, Yeah, I pre-record my stuff, but I don't edit. So I just record it and then I'm like, go. And if I'm starting off really bad, then I'll hit stop and delete and restart. But otherwise, once I'm into it, I'm into it. And only a couple times. Actually, one of the best videos, the best received videos I did was on BLM and their communistic ways, which for me, maybe now at this point, isn't the best I could have done, but it was the best received video. People were looking for the information. I actually ended up recording 3 times because the first time I recorded, I screwed up about 20 minutes in. The second time I recorded, apparently I didn't hit record. And the third time, yeah, I didn't realize that OBS was
I've done
recorded.
that. I've done that. And like, there are a few things that's demoralizing. We're like, man, that was a perfect take. And you click the stop button and then it says start recording. And you're like, fuck.
Well, I'm since I've been doing it that way, well, initially it was one screen. I got a cheap second dual screen. I might have had a dual screen by then. And I look over at the timestamp of my OBS and I'm like, that's not recording. I've been talking for 30 minutes. Well, guys, look, I have a buzz, honestly. You know,
as you should.
I'm switching back to Scotch now.
Oh, checkmate. Tank about to take over the stream.
I've been cutting back though, like, well, during lockdown initially, I started drinking a good bit, and I got a good liver, so I don't know when to stop sometimes. But yeah, I've been cutting back.
Don't be a quitter.
Right. In any case, do you guys want to look at some stuff from the training I was at? Because I did say I was going to talk about it some, and I thought, Don, you'd be good to analyze it. Even though you weren't infantry, you're not a shooter. I'll take your puggish Marine stance, I guess.
You pug bitch. I guess we'll listen to what you have to say. One of these days, we're gonna go shooting. It's gonna happen.
Oh, we will, man. I honestly think though, like having been a fan of your show for at least the past year as a regular watcher, but I'm more than certain I was subscribed to you back when you had you were a buddy team. Whatever's going on with that. And I know a lot of stuff's gone from that era and whatever else. But
I'm sorry about the DPRC. God. Swear to God, I'm going to bring Peter back just for the DPRC. That's all I'm saying.
Well, either way, look, man, like it is what it is.
Well, here's the thing.
You've been killing it with strategy and tactics, and even Sargon gave you that. And I know a lot of people talk trash on Sargon, but I'm actually really in line with what Sargon thinks, at least politically. The biggest problem I have with Carl is I don't think he understands how far gone things are, and you do. Right?
He really does, but he doesn't. It's very like sometimes he's very on point. Well, it's X, Y, and Z is gone this far. That's a serious problem. But and dear British people everywhere, you're going to have to deal with it. The more of you that accept the NHS as like some sort of moral good, the worse off you are.
Right. And that's the thing. In watching him for a long time now too, I can say he has changed some positions, but those are certain presuppositions that he gives away. Like that's the only thing when I generally call myself a classical liberal, I'm thinking like founding fathers, style, but not necessarily like some of the classical liberals that they believe in some social safety nets. You know what I mean?
So, you know where the term behold dawn starts history autisming, ready and enjoy. you know where the term classical liberal comes from? Like legitimately the exact place that it comes from?
Educate me, man.
Right around World War II, the UK started having a legitimate open socialist party. And then they found out that, like, when the Holodomor happened, that socialism was not carrying a good name, so they renamed themselves the Liberal Party, which is what you get from everybody when you tell the Brits that they had a socialist party. Is no, we had a Liberal Party. Well, yeah, same party, actually. And at the time, there was a group of people of which many people know the names of. I think Bertrand Russell's one of them.
Yeah.
Who,
That dude.
who was a Fabian
Do you know
socialist.
anything about Bertrand Russell?
Yeah.
Like,
Don't get me wrong. He occasionally kicked out some base take, but that's probably because he was saying things 80 years ago as opposed
he
to
was
now.
a eugenicist, though. He was kind of pro-Nazi. Like
more than he kicked out a letter. He went on vacation and he said, knowing I am going to visit Africa and knowing that Herr Hitler has Europe in hand, I feel safe leaving.
There you go.
Bertrand Russell. That's the guy. Right?
And he did, don't get me wrong, he did sort of like recant some of those takes, but like, guys, I get that and I totally believe in forgiveness, but let's not try to get your position right. Or sorry, get it wrong initially. Let's get it right, especially if you're an older, supposed educated man who has influence, right?
Yeah. And that's the shtick. But he was part of the Fabian Society who thought that socialism was not going to happen by nature of a revolution because people were not actually that excited about a revolution, that you needed to slow roll people. And the very first take of the Socialist Party / Liberal Party was to create socialized medicine because it would explain to people how collective ownership by way of the government of the means of production was a good thing. And they talk about it in founding documents. They for the NHS, there's a whole big long list of them that people signed on to that were overtly of the Socialist Party. They thought it was a great idea. And the Fabians said, look, well, dear Socialist Party, I'm glad that you like this and all. However, you're getting a bad name. So why don't you guys oppose it? Because then the more centrist parties will pick it up and they will think that it's a good idea. And I was like, so these people were really just pieces of shit who just wanted socialism.
Yeah, I mean, we in the United States had some early split with that, whereas the liberals supposedly went to socialism. I don't know, man. Like, then people took over the idea of libertarianism, and that's kind of where I come from, and saying that I'm a classical liberal. Really, I don't fit in anywhere.
Stupid me. I completely left out where the term classical liberal came
from.
Oh,
yeah, you did. Yeah.
So there was a group of people who were opposed to the Fabians overtly. Mostly what they did was write about how the Fabians were effectively political insurrectionists, but they wanted to do it long form. But because there was this discussion of the Socialist Party becoming the Liberal Party, they felt the need to differentiate themselves from the Socialist Party, who was going to take over the name liberal. And they said, well, then we are the classical liberals. We are the ones who think that you should own the means of production. You personally, if you created it, it's yours. That there is a right to self-defense. Most of the things you find in the Constitution, really. And they lost horribly.
Right. If you read anything as far as like free marketeers, laissez-faire capitalists from those early centuries of the 20th century or the late 19th century, that's classical liberalism. And in fact, that's what rose most people out of poverty and everything else. And some of those, because they were progressive, shifted focus toward what can the government do?
Yeah.
And how can the government provide for this guy that's poor or whatever? Whereas if we just rode out the wave and let the market, and don't get me wrong, there might have been points in the market where it might have had to been restrained or regulated, but for the most part, we let the market ride out.
Have you read War is a Racket?
Yeah. Oh, dude. Yeah.
I mean, they're really weird.
I mean, we all know Dan Daly, Smedley Butler, right? We all know this.
I mean, there's only two.
Right. and then there's Chesty Puller. And that's like, if you got three idols in the Marine Corps, that's
them.
Yeah. In any case,
and Unless you're Jocko Willink, by the way. And I'm going to say this because it needs to be said as often as possible. There is a career-long Navy SEAL, career lifer, finished out 20, got out, and then started marketing himself as a Navy SEAL who does leadership things, who on a regular basis is like, I'm sad that I wasn't part of the Marine Corps. That's all I'm saying.
Hey, man, I talked to one of the guys, one of the instructors. Most of the guys had all got out around the same time. They were in for about 7 years. They got out because the ROEs, that is the rules of engagement, changed.
Yeah.
And that was under Obama or the late years of Bush, but I'm pretty sure they went in after I did. And so they all started doing private contracting. So one of the guys who I'm going to have on the show here in a few weeks, Kit Cope, I didn't know. I started talking to him. We're just BSing. We had like a PT course kind of thing going on. Elliot Hulse was one of the guys. I actually have some videos here I want to bring up here in a minute. But Elliot Hulse, if you guys don't know, is a strength coach and male masculinity leadership motivator kind of guy, motivational speaker. In any case, Elliot Hulse did part of that, and some other guy that was a Marine Raider. JJ Boone was his name, was running this obstacle course portion of it. And we were done, and the guys were still down at the range because we were split up into two groups. So I started talking to this guy, and I'm kind of like, so I was like, were you in the teams? How long were you in the teams? Talking about the SEALs. And he was like, oh, no. Everyone thinks I'm that. No, he's like, I just come out here and I train with these guys. He's like, I'll do private security stuff, because I know these guys and whatever. Like, he's in the end group, he shoots and whatever.
Yeah.
So I'm talking about how the military wants to screw people and get them out who are good. We talked about this our last time we were together, right?
Not wrong.
And he's like totally agreeing. I'm like, oh, were you military? No, never did any of that. Tells me nothing about himself. Just tells me about stuff he's been doing recently with security and whatever else. We're just talking about leadership. I'm talking about my views on leadership, which he seemed to agree with. Turns out this guy is Kit Cope. Now, maybe you don't know who Kit Cope is. I didn't know who Kit Cope was.
I didn't until you DM'd me.
World Muay Thai champion. Well, you do now because I sent you a link, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, he was on the Ultimate Fighter back in the day. Kit's no joke. Completely cool, like on point, whatever. And Kit and I talked a good bit during the whole thing. But I didn't find that out till later on that afternoon. Like after we had lunch, like Rich Graham's the guy that runs Full Spectrum Warrior, brings this guy in. He's like, oh, this is Kit Cope, four-time Muay Thai champion. Not only that, but also Lethway champion technically, because Myanmar or Borneo or whatever it is that fights with Thailand, they have this ancient 1,000-year war brooding up. Right. Well, they do basically bare knuckles Muay Thai or Lethway, which allows headbutts as well. Championships every year, and there is a champion to decide who won the war that year, more or less. Like Kit was telling me about, I didn't even know this, and I've been doing martial arts for like 30 years. I wasn't aware of this myself. And I've done Muay Thai before, not in Thailand or anything, but I'm just saying with people who are legit Thai instructors. And he was telling me about all. I was like, really, dude? I was like, I had no idea,
It's fucking wild.
Yeah. But Kit was the champ of this the year that he was nominated to be the guy to go through whatever. Yeah. And again, like his regular dude, you didn't even know. You wouldn't know. And that's the thing. You never know. No one ever knows. But Kit will be on the show here in a couple of weeks. I forget when off the top of my head. What is it? Tank the 3rd? Is he on the show the 3rd?
I think so. I have to look.
3rd of March? Yeah. But yeah, we'll be talking to him. And anyways, The whole
while he's looking that up, can I just say that I have met relatively recently a decent number of people who are like, when people say don't meet your heroes, the biggest problem people have when they meet their heroes is they think their heroes are God.
right.
And like when I was in DC, I met Nick Searcy, right? Who is probably the most based actor in existence, right? And so I just walked up, shook his hand, and was like, "Hey, man, I really appreciate your work. It's nice to meet you. How's it going?" He was like, "It's going all right." And he and I both have a mutual friend, and I said, "Hey, I heard that you and he were going to be out here." And he said, "Well, have you seen him?" And I said, "No." And he was like, "All right, well, I'm going to keep looking for him." And like the reality of this, stop expecting people to be gods. They're not. They 100% of the time, one of the dumbest things that you've ever heard in your life is the truest thing you've ever heard in your life. Everybody puts on their pants one leg at a time.
Yep.
They're just people. And if you don't go up there like a bunch of just giant dick sucking fanboys, then it's pretty easy to just talk to some of the most famous and crazy people on earth. It's not going to be 100% true. Some people are douchebags, but all groups of people, some people are douchebags.
Well, that's what I was about to say, and I had mentioned this before. Is that a lot of those people that are the d-bags are the ones that essentially they were gifted. They didn't have to work for it. They just, it was easy for them. They just got it. It was given to them. They were given fame, and they don't appreciate it because of that.
Yeah. Who's that broad? John something. He was the bad guy in the first. Oh, I can't even think of the fucking.
You're talking to me like my wife. Who was that person?
Yeah, right. That one guy that did the one. John something. He was the bad guy in Mission
Cena?
Impossible. No, not Cena. The first Mission Impossible, the bad guy takes off the mask and kind of bad guy.
That I can't even remember the first Mission Impossible. I was in like high school, dude.
I promise you know the guy. Old guy has had white hair like basically as long as he's been in Hollywood.
Okay,
right?
no.
And I see the Googling happening, so I figure we're gonna get this in a minute. But anyway, his daughter is an actor. And he seems like a decently, I mean, he's a little bit Hollywooded up, but not that bad. And his daughter's a fucking
John Voight. John Voight. Oh, okay.
John Voight. Yeah.
Yeah. Angelina Jolie's his daughter. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yes.
Would you smash?
Well, back before she cut her fucking tits off.
Yeah. No comment.
You know how I know you haven't been in this long enough is the wife the wife gets upset at the beginning, and then later after you have about 8,000 conversations where you're like, look, whether or not I would have sex with someone who will never even give me the time of day is not terribly relevant to life.
Don, it's not that actually at all. My wife, finds other women attractive, at least visually, whatever.
Me too.
Yes.
Gangsta.
So all I'm saying is that not that at all. Just I don't want to be craven into my heathen past. I'll put it that way. I was at one point somewhat of a womanizer. I was always honest about it. Don't get me wrong. I will always say that too as justification for me being an ass. But
yeah. Well, so
yeah.
All right. You've been blue balling me on this training thing, and I am dealing.
Yeah,
with
no, I wanted to bring it up. I have videos.
It is as though you were going to give me a
By
commercial.
the way, Kit Cope is on March 4th, according to Tank in the private chat. So
March 4th, but I was going to be there on the 3rd.
Oh,
also,
yeah,
the 4th
that's what I said. The 3rd. I'm sorry. I'm booked out for a month right now, and I can't remember everyone I have on.
God, I know that feeling.
Yeah, you know what? You have Sten, so
wait, was Kit Cope supposed to be on a Wednesday?
Yes.
You sent me March 4th, but March 3rd is a Wednesday.
Indeed. So it's foolish.
Okay, so
I didn't fuck up.
Once again, we can blame Bill.
Did I say March 3rd or not?
You said March 4th in the text message. You
So
motherfucker.
maybe it was a test. Maybe. It
Oh
was a
shit!
test.
He's pulling out his phone. He's all you've been fucking fact checked, debunked. That's it. It's over.
Debunked.
Oh my god, Tank! It's at
Good
some
thing.
point, Tank. You need to get a hold of me when this is all over. By that I mean this stream, right? And
This
we
is
need to
the-
talk
this
about.
This is the rawest stream. Yeah, we're done. It really is.
Probably.
It really is.
But you need to get a hold of me when we're done, so that I can explain to you why not to talk like this, right? That's all I'm saying.
All right, Tank, bring up my screen share.
Well, fine. Fuck
Yes,
it.
sir. Yes,
God
Amasa.
damn it! I guess.
Yes, Amasa.
Well, damn.
All right.
Excuse
That
me.
might have
Yes,
got a
Matt,
ban from
that's the
YouTube.
correct answer.
Saying that. Anyways.
God damn. Somebody spends their time in the fucking gym.
Yeah, that's Elliot Hulse. Did we not know? Oh, yo, Elliot.
Damn.
Jesus.
I will admit, most of the guys that I was with, that was the group, that was actually a video I took. Most of this video I ripped from Instagram, which is why I'm comfortable with showing it, because a lot of it was the instructors. And let me tell you guys, the instructors were putting up all kinds of stuff. But in any case, I could not lift that. I could break it off the ground. It had something to do with like pinching it in. I'm also not a big guy. I used to lift a lot and whatever. I used to be able to deadlift like 350 for sets of 5. You know, we're talking about at that time, I think I was 140 pounds. So that's a pretty good bit.
Right.
I'm like 150 now and I'm older and I got all these aches and pains. Not the same. And by the way,
look, I'm like 210 these days because I'm fat. So
yeah,
I'm right there with you.
I could probably rip 300 off the ground if I really wanted to on a bar, but a stone, that stone right there was like 200 pounds. Not happening. Very hard. Very hard. We had this guy in the video made friends with later on. It was like same height-ish as me, but he was like 170. And yeah, he was just bossing that thing. He was like, boom. I mean, don't get me wrong. Sorry for him,
there's a lot of technique in there. In when you're dealing with a big ball like that, you kind of roll it up yourself. Is everybody I've ever known that's done it?
Yeah. So this is just some nonsensicalness. So one of the vendors there, because when you are a former Navy SEAL and you run training camps, and by the way, Rich Full Spectrum Warrior was just in Brazil, literally just days after we trained to go train police and police and military in Brazil or something. Anyways, this company right here, I talked to the CEO myself. Blackbird Armament was developing a non-lethal weapon system, and that is this. So this guy standing here is a preacher. Actually, he's also a competition like champion speed shooter. So he's the one that gave us communion and baptized some gentlemen that Sunday morning. But yeah, this is just man stuff, just being stupid.
I feel like I'm about to hear taser, taser, taser.
No, we were talking about that, but so Rich is the guy that's running this thing, shooting it.
Guy with the hat.
No, that's the guy in the hat there videoing. That's Jason. He's another former SEAL though, but yeah, that got him. It's a little pepper ball, and again, they're developing. They did have some really sweet, very, very sweet. Again, hold on. Let me pause this real quick.
Oh God, who doesn't love this shit?
So, right, the instructors are walking them in. So that's Barrett, the preacher guy. That's Rich over there to the The far right, Rich is the guy, Rich Graham, who owns Full Spectrum Warrior. And this other guy here is Shannon, who is a former SEAL himself. In any case, this is the company. If you guys can see this, it is Blackbird Armament. And so they had this little sweet fully automatic weapon. They can't sell to anybody because of, NFA and all that stuff. Yeah, but this isn't that, but I'm just saying this is the precursor to that. So they're walking these guys. They've never done this before. This is a civilian, very low gear kind of camp. They're trying to show them if you enter a room, this is how you cover sectors. They talked about the fatal funnel fire and all that stuff, which is this guy's sort of kind of in. It depends how you look at it.
Is there a way to not be at that particular space?
Right. When you walk through the front door, you're in that, right?
I mean, like, so for those that don't know, whoever kicks in the front door, like you see these guys, and you get these videos in the civilian world where there's a dude who boots in the door and whatever. The guy behind him is holding on to the handle on the back of his flak in case he takes a chest full of fucking AK fire, simply so he can rip him right back out the door and get a medical treatment. Because if you're in that space, there's like a near 100% chance that if someone wants to shoot you, they're gonna shoot you.
Right. Well, I mean, where are you going to aim? The front door. Everyone's coming through.
Right.
Pretty simple. So here's that little sub gun. It's actually a AR. Well, actually, I think this was actually an SBR. But again, it's not this guy's weapon. It's the company's. They let him fire it. That's all it was. Literally, you will see this. It's amazing. The guy told me even before it was fired that it was like 600 to 800 rounds per minute. That's how
spicy.
Yeah, 15-round magazine. You'll see.
So I hope you fucking reload quick.
You'll see. He's got one mag, 15 rounds.
That dude's shirt's amazing. Excuses don't burn calories.
Yeah, that's Mike. All right.
There's got to be the guy that you can't see real well on the right-hand side.
That was 15 rounds, though. I just wanted you to hear that. 15 rounds. Gone. This is why you don't shoot automatic, folks.
I keep telling people, like, auto's cool as hell, but I mean, unless you're doing suppressive fire things, or I don't know, you're standing in I don't know, Sparta, and they're coming at you with swords, and there's just thousands of them. Like, full auto's not all that useful most of the time.
Right. And so this was a video with Elliot Hulse. I think this was on Sunday.
You want to turn up the volume, because he's like, everything is incredibly quiet.
Well, this is the best I can do, man, is there, because I'm using the VLC.
Indeed.
Yeah, and then StreamYards. Any better?
I can barely hear him, but I'm deaf as fuck, so.
So I'm not going to play this whole thing because it's like a 2-minute video that I recorded myself, but it's basically Elliot Hulse talking about just being humble before God and just placing yourself into his hands and whatever else. And there's a specific prayer that he gives. Here, I got this from Frogman Tactical. The one guy, Jason, he will talk, but the guy in the middle is Jensen Bates, who goes by on Instagram, the angry Canadian, and he's a tactical medic, and he still works for a hospital in Jacksonville, by the way, which you quite love. So he gave us some basic. Yeah, he gave us some basic medical training. And actually, I was paired up with Elliot at the time when we were doing the medical training, which Elliot isn't super tall, which he talks about much on his channel, whatever. You know, we're talking about a dude who's got like an 800,000 subscriber YouTube or something. But Elliot is thick, and I'm like, well, let me get through your thighs, man. Like, going, yeah. Big, big, thick dude. But I do believe Elliot was in line to play for the NFL back in the day. I might be mistaken about that, but I've been following him for a long time. So it's good to meet him either way. So is this quiet or loud?
It's quiet, but again, I'm deaf, so
okay. He's saying your brain cannot distinguish between a good rep and a bad rep, which is why you need to essentially go slow and make sure you get good reps in instead of rushing everything.
Yeah.
Which yeah, there's no arguing this.
Bad rep. All it knows is I've done a rep. And it's just gonna keep knowing I've done a rep, I've done a rep, I've done a rep. And if they're shitty reps, they'll have shitty results. We use the good reps, well, good results, but it doesn't know the difference. So you have to be very cognizant of when I start to make these, that if I start getting lazy and I may have good movement, but I never get that good sight picture and I never get that dot up and I don't get that safety working. Yeah, now all of a sudden I've made a bad rep and my brain goes, check.
That's right. That cheek weld and finding your sights and working that safety is the first place as you guys start moving fast.
So again, to recap what they're saying, I'll play the rest of the clip here in a second. Jensen saying, get a good rep in, like make sure you're doing everything right more than being fast. Rich is saying, hey, yeah, don't go too fast.
All of those people that I give shooting advice to.
Yeah.
And I know the people I give shooting advice to, and they trust me because they watch me shoot. But when I say go slow, do it repetitively the right way, right? Even if you're sitting in your house, you put a target on the wall, and all you're doing is going, good sight picture, good sight picture, good sight picture.
Amen.
Right? Just over and over and over. And it is the thousands and thousands and thousands of times that you will do that where when meat meets the metal, you go, oh, good sight picture. I need to pull the trigger.
Slow is smooth, smooth is fast. I teach the same way in martial arts. A lot of it I picked up from Russian martial arts. One failure with some Russian martial arts is they never go fast. Once you build a baseline, you can then build up from there. And so you can't always stay slow, but you can always go back to slow too.
Yeah.
Like, even as you build up. And that's an important thing. So Rich is saying the first things that are going to happen are like little mechanical movements. You're not going to line up your sights once you start going fast. You're not going to flick off the safety. You're not going to have a good trigger squeeze, those kind of things.
Yeah.
Again, for anyone who may not be able to hear, this is as loud as we can get it because StreamYards
is StreamYards.
Yeah.
That's the first thing you're going to compromise because you're focused on the movement of the weapon system, and that's where you guys start picking up the speed. It's also when you stop working safety because you want to do the movement faster.
Right, and so your brain has said, hey, that's 3 extra reps I've done, but we miss the safety every time. So in its head, it says, when I do this action, I don't need to use the safety because it's a bad rep. It doesn't know that it's supposed to be working the safety. It just knows I've done 3 reps. I don't need to do it.
To prove what he was saying, what I said on the range yesterday was you guys throwing the gun out, not having your sights aligned, but going bang. All right, perfect example. Proof is in the pudding. I got 2 things. First one is.
So this gets cut off there, but this actually goes back in time. And again, I've ripped almost all of these videos from Instagram. They're there. Jason, who was talking last there, that is Frogman Tactical on Instagram. A great guy, very humble, very much into his faith, and dude, it was so awesome to be there. It was so uplifting, considering how the world was. That's why I say, man, like I know if you went next year when they have this, you would love it.
Extension. This is my full extension. You may be here. This is mine. I can take the shot. What I don't want is to push out and then have to search for the target. You cannot build really good skill sets by moving really fast. If you want to refine your mechanics, it is by slow, methodical reps. Okay, so all you're going to do, you got yours on? All right, super slow. Grip, push out. My slack is already out.
So there's one other thing that I deal with a lot when teaching people to shoot, and it's usually teaching people to shoot from nothing, right? The raw city slicker that's not really ever held a gun or has very limited shooting.
And this was like a like 30-70 crowd. Like I'd say 70% had a little bit of experience, but 30% had none. And yeah.
So new shooters, if you and this is much less for new shooters as it is for people trying to teach people to shoot, right? Because I go out and I shoot at dumb stuff, very small stuff, right? Usually because I don't have a lot of range to work with. So, okay, I don't have any windage or bullet drop to compensate for most of the time. But if you want to get accurate at long range, or at least accurate enough to hit a person at long range, you just start shooting at smaller and smaller stuff. It's the best you can do. Right. And so
the Patriot, aim small, miss small. That's legit though, man.
It is. Legit. It's perfect.
Yeah.
And so I will dime out the wife, because this is where I learned this lesson, right? I took the wife shooting tons of times. It's not like she was unfamiliar with guns. She'd shot long before she'd ever met me. She owned a gun when I met her, but we go out shooting and I just pick up a pistol, drop a mag, reel it back in. And I'm like, oh, I dropped one out of the black. Fuck me. Right. And so the wife is over there, and, I'm pulling the trigger as fast as I can because I am more working on my speed than my accuracy. I know I shoot well. That's fine. And so, you pull it back, and when I sit and I take nice slow shots, right, what you get when you are comfortable in your accuracy is that you are, zeroing right in on the X in the center of that target over and over and over again. And so if you are the kind of person who does that and you're taking people out shooting, what I got from the wife is that she was an inch and a half at something like 10 yards with a pistol. She was an inch and a half to the right of the bullseye and was like, well, I don't shoot that accurately. And I was like, it's an inch and a half to the right of the bullseye. And like, you've got a little bit of up and down in there. Your group is 3 inches tall. If this is the bullseye center mass here, inch and a half to the right of that from you, you're literally shooting a heart and lungs area. You're doing it naturally enough. You're on target. You're not shooting the outer edge of the target. You're not in the 2 ring or some other BS. You are hitting in the center of the target religiously, and you need to not worry about this. Like, don't get me wrong. Yes, work on whatever it is that you need to do to fix that little bit of accuracy problem, because it will go, it will grow bigger as distance grows. But if you're shooting with someone with a lot of shooting skill as a new person, or you're a person with a lot of shooting skill teaching someone to shoot, like, look, I'm on target and religiously so is a thing that everybody needs to at least acknowledge, right? Because what you get is people who are great shooters that need a little bit of refinement, who give up because I can't shoot a cherry tomato at 25 yards.
Dude, it's really look, I was never the best shot. It took me a while I was in the Marine Corps to get better, and I did. Of course, I shot a lot. I was very fortunate in the units I was in, because normal line infantry units didn't shoot as much as I did. I can tell you.
2 or 3 times a year, basically the maximum.
Well, I mean, it depends. If you have a workup and a float and all that stuff, it's different. But for me being security forces originally, kind of anti-terrorist, all that stuff, having a high profile, sort of, no one knows about, but high profile in the military minds target. In a CO, like right before I left, 6 months before I left, we switched COs and he changed a lot of stuff up that I didn't think was good. I didn't like my CO before that. I thought this guy was a better CO, but he had like a grandfather or something who was still alive from World War One. So he had this like military lineage of officers, right, that had some respect to it. And again, he wasn't a jerk or anything, any problem. He just had this certain mindset, and it wasn't, say, something you get from a Mustang, right? You know, you tend to get a little bit more of a more level head with a Mustang. And at the same time, someone who's an officer that comes from no lineage, a lot of times they're just a complete idiot. Yeah. So, but anyways, I do want to give a shout out to Bunny, because I was talking to her in my other channel, right? All minus one. I was talking to her in my streams, my preview earlier, not my preview, my premiere.
That stream of a pre-recorded video.
The YouTube premiere that acts like a live stream, right? In any case, I try to engage with my audience because I can, right? If I get too big, probably not going to happen. But if I did, I will not be able to do so. In any case, she's one of my diehard.
Let me pause you right there, and I know it's there's a story to tell here.
Okay.
The wife is certainly one of my longest subscribers, probably the second or third person subscribed to the channel, sheerly by dint of having, who was physically sitting there when I subscribed. And I am certain she will tell you that I used to give that same speech, like, well, as long as I can reasonably interact with the audience. And look, it's not like I'm a million subscriber channel or anything. As long as you want to interact with your audience in some fashion, you can. And equally speaking, yes, YouTube sucks for all of us who are to the right of Mao, but you will get there. They will make it hard. They will make it a pain in the dick, but you will get there.
Well, yeah, man. I mean, like, I should have did this 3 years ago when I wanted to do this, but I was worried about other things in life.
He didn't have Tank 3 years ago.
There is also that. Very important.
Tank
most important
never
thing.
would have existed 3 years ago. Anyways, yeah, it's whatever. But I just wanted to say hi to Bunny because she's complaining about us talking about guns and that her husband does that all the time. But she told me she loves me as much as Mr. Obvious and Sargon. So, good Lord, if I'm on that level, Bunny, thank you. Thank you. All minus one appreciates Bill, personally, my name, right? I appreciate Bunny.
Yeah.
Hang in there with the gun stuff because you should actually learn this too. And it may save your life one day. Not saying that you need to kill people either, but
you don't need to be going out looking to kill people. Having the option to do it if you're in a position where you need to kind of matters.
Well, my thing is always, look, I train this stuff, but I'm generally a pacifist. I'm not saying that someone would not bring me to the point to cause violence because I know myself. But what I'm saying is I think the highest moral standard is to be a pacifist, and that's the standard I try to hold myself to. However, I also know who I am.
Oh, so, snap. Look what you did. Look at that chat. I got my concealed carry 6 months ago.
What happened?
Bunny. I got my concealed carry 6 months ago from Bunny.
Well, thank you. See, there we go. Thank you, Tank. She asked me to be nice to her and literally put the link into the stream, and I probably put the wrong link, Tank, that since you corrected it and changed it because you had it right the first time. This is what happens, folks. See, if I get big enough and I can make some money, then I don't have to deal with Tank. I can just
you don't, yeah.
Oh man, you can't let Tank go. What are you talking
I
about?
would never-
Tank, if he fires you, I need a producer.
but look at that. I've got job opportunities in the future.
I'm no Crowder with not gay Jared. Listen,
Well, I'm not gay Jared. Damn it.
So you're
how
gay,
dare
Jay?
you, sir? I never claimed that either. All right. Anyway,
I'm more of a Jamie
Memeing
than a
aside.
Joe Rogan.
all right. Let's keep playing videos because these aren't very long. And
Can you guys tell if I'm focusing on my sights or on my target?
Nope. I'm focusing on my target. I'm looking through the sights, wrapping my eyes around them, but in my peripheral, I can see that my sights are lined up. Okay, some of you, you're focusing on doing the target focus, but you're not there yet. All right, it's natural. What do we do when I want to communicate with you or interact with you? I look at you, right? I don't go, hey man, what's going on? Right? So it's natural. It's an instinct that you have to overcome.
Unless you're drunk.
Right, exactly.
You know,
Some people do that.
That's
But
side eye.
here's the deal. So when you have your gun out, you push it out, you're focusing on the target, right? I'm not looking at the front sight. When you push out, you're transitioning your eyes from the target to the front sight. Very important at y'all's level. All right, and that just proved it because his gun was about this high and he's going bang bang. If that was a live fire, this is no different being able to tell if it's off left or right. You take that shot in between two people and it's not aligned, you're gonna take somebody's life.
Okay, so this is the problem I have. I have to qualify with a pistol and a shotgun every 6 months for my job.
yeah, through crappy law enforcement
Yeah.
standards.
Yeah, I'm absolutely garbage with the pistol. And they say, "Oh, you're anticipating your shots." Fair enough. Maybe I am.
Do you
But
know
I'm
your
like-
eye dominance?
Yeah, I'm right eye dominant.
Okay.
But the issue is, okay, if I'm anticipating my shots with the pistol so much, why am I score like second or highest in the class on shotgun?
What dry fire do you do with the pistol?
We don't
So-
dry fire with pistols.
So
No. You say you always dry fire. I mean, how many hours do you dry fire?
No, I don't have. I don't have a pistol at all in my house. All I have is rifles. So
the anticipation thing is about you pushing out, basically, or what the way that it usually works is that if you're right-handed, the round moves to the left, right? Because you're pushing out, and the way that you push out is with your right hand. And what it is it's about you trying to overcome the recoil in advance. Like you start, I'm over exaggerating, but you start pulling the trigger, right? And as it, I'm sorry, there we go. You start pulling the trigger as it sort of starts to come in, as you pick up slack on the trigger, you push out to get the recoil away from you.
Mhm.
And generally speaking, the way you push out, because the way that everybody holds a pistol, is your right arm pushes out more, so it's going to drop the round a little bit to the left. Now, you can do that to some degree and still score pretty damn high. But more importantly, specifically if you're dealing with something that has a buttstock, you don't push the weapon away from you, because you know that buttstock is going to absorb the recoil. So even though you anticipate the shot, you get a lot less push to the left, which is why you're going to get anything with a buttstock. You won't push the rounds out anywhere near as far as you would with a pistol.
Don, you sound like you're a range instructor.
Yeah, I know. I've done a lot of teaching of shooting at this point.
Yeah. Well, and honestly, the way you just explained it makes a lot more sense, because these guys are like, "Well, you're anticipating the round. Okay, that's cute and all, but why would I not be doing the same thing with a 12? Yeah, why would I be doing it more with a 40 caliber than I am with a 12 gauge?"
Well, this is why I asked if you do dry fire, because most people underestimate how good dry fire is. Most people want to shoot rounds. I can tell you, it's kind of similar with martial arts, actually. You can do very slow, easy movement and drills and whatever 70-80% of the time.
Mhm.
And as long as you only go hard 20, maybe even 10% of the time, you're good. And it's kind of the same thing with shooting and dry fire. If you come up, you draw, you do whatever, you push it out, you get your sight alignment, whatever. Every now and again, maybe if you don't shoot around, you might kind of jerk and be like, oh, it's gonna fire. Oh, But once you start firing a few times, you realize, oh, that recoil
Yeah.
isn't anything. So it's about like that dry fire, bringing out that correct presentation, very smooth, like trigger pull, very nice, whatever. Don't get me wrong, man. Like I went to this, I haven't shot, as I said there, as like hard. I meant like hardcore. Like I haven't shot like very tactically, whatever. Like I plank on occasion. Like I'm not always shooting. I know how perishable skills are, but I also know there are certain skills and things that I have that are very ingrained in my system. It only takes a little bit to bring it back up to the surface.
Well, that's sort of a thing about perishable skills, right?
Yeah.
Is most of them, once you get a really good base of skill set, you can have kind of limited training. And this is the idea of annual range time, right? Is that supposedly when you get into the military, they teach everybody to shoot in amazing ways. And then all you need to do is go to the range, and you go out there and you do your pre-qual and then your qual, and you're still shooting well because all you're really doing is maintaining a good skill set. And if that was actually how it worked, that would be true.
Right. Well, to sum that whole thing up, man, get yourself a pistol and dry fire. Dry fire, set up targets, dry fire. Dry fire is huge. So when I got to this, I was there in the morning, check in, all that stuff. The little speech, whatever. Oh, we're gonna split up in groups. We actually did a little PT thing where it was a buddy carry, but I weigh 150 pounds, so I was the buddy that was carried, so I didn't have to do anything, right?
That's right.
Yeah, it was nice. It was nice. But when we got down to the range and I humped all my gear down, and my wife took the car 'cause she had stuff to do. So everyone else has cars on the grounds and they only have to go get so much, and I'm carrying everything around with me. We get down there though, we start shooting. I pick an end target, like very end, the far right end. I want to be there because I don't want some dumbass doing something dumbass thing on the range. I have no idea who these folks are I'm training with. Live firearms. I'm thinking that way, And so my buddy Greg brings up Rich, and he's like, oh, this is a personal friend of mine. And so that was really cool of him. And again, I don't have the skill set these guys do because I'm not training this way. But with that, like I could kind of see, the difference between guys that have been training over the weekend, guys that have certain skills, and my skills have diminished a lot. And so I wasn't there to be like, oh, I've done this and that. At the same time, I chat up with, oh yeah, I was a shooter back in the day. I still remember stuff. And I could see in myself, my own deficiencies, whereas like, man, I remember like 20 years ago, not quite that long, but yeah, about 20 years ago, it's like, man, this would have been nothing to me. This would have been nothing. And it's like, oh, why am I missing that? Why did I miss that shot? Why can I not put that exactly where I want it? What's that perishable skill? And one of the things that I said when Rich came up, I was like, dude, I really appreciate this with the price and all. And I said, especially with the ammo scare. And he's like, oh yeah, that was the thing. It's like, but dry fire, dude. And you know what, dude? I ordered rounds that I didn't even need. I came back with a lot of rounds, but what we got was good enough. It really was, because they were like 200 rounds per person, which for me, I'm thinking 200 rounds ain't nothing. We didn't expend all that at all. It was somewhere between 50 to 200 rounds, depending on the firearm. We did mostly pistol, and I can tell you, looking back at it, just again being trained back in the day, that's a very little bit, but the hours I spent dry firing in the military with those few rounds, they mean a lot.
Turns out that barrel matters.
Right.
So in the world of pistol things, Chad is rightly kicking out some good advice. Go find an airsoft gun that is whatever you carry.
Dude, I've done that for a long. Yeah, airsoft for sure. Absolutely.
Because one, the reality is if you break an airsoft gun, you're out a couple $100. If you break your pistol, you're probably out $1,000. And good luck replacing it right now, just because of the way that the world is. But the other thing is when you train either dry fire or with airsoft or something that doesn't have the recoil, doesn't have the explosive sound, what you're doing is you're training your body to go, okay, so what we do is we push the weapon out, we pull the trigger, and we hold steady. Pull the trigger and hold steady. Pull the trigger and hold. And when you get to a real firearm, if you're not like horrendously terrified of the thing, you will do the muscle memory thing whether you intend to or not.
Yes.
Right?
You get to the point where your sight picture will come up not because your eye sees it or because you're trying to line it up by muscle, but your muscle memory puts it there.
Right.
Yeah.
And that is not a joke because I have been there at one point or another in my shooting experience. And no, obviously I'm not there now. And I knew that. And I lament that. And I want to get back there. But that's also because I focused on hand-to-hand combat for a very, very long time. And just wasn't a gun guy for a while. But in any case, let's keep playing videos.
Let's do it.
Yeah. Yeah. Let's.
You know, so as I come to here, I'm going to keep my focus on the dummy. Same drill. I start to move.
So this guy in the black shirt's my buddy Greg, actually. Rich is the guy talking. And this is actually a very classical sort of Russian martial art type training paradigm here where they're pushing around and he's trying to keep on target. It's very nice. I like it.
This is actually a thing I hate about FUD range stuff. Is that you're never allowed to move. You're never, you must maintain perfect
that's a cleared weapon, but that's a live, not live with a round, but that's a real weapon.
Real weapon, yeah.
Yeah, and we've done a lot of that in this training, which I really like.
Unless they force it where I can't be online, then I'm just going to keep working it.
That is strangely good stuff.
Oh yeah, Don, dude, I'll hook you up, man. We need to talk more outside of
this. Yeah.
Yes, outside of what's live. Oh man, no, I mean that's bread and butter to me though. Like I talked to Rich afterward and I was like, yeah. He's like, oh no, I've been training Sistema for like 10 years. And so people don't understand the Russian martial arts and they think that like the Sistema specifically, that word, the system. No, there's not really any system. We can go through the lineage, the history. Like I'm an instructor, dude. I've done this for like 20 years, or no, not 20, 15 years. Sorry, 16 years. It's 20
about to turn 40.
Yeah, 2021, 16 years almost. So, it's more like instead of a particular martial art, it's a way to train with martial arts skills. I'll put it that way. It's
meta martial arts.
Yeah, it's like principle based, but it shows you how to work better with your body and whatever. It's more like tactics than it is specific skill sets. You understand? Like I don't show you how to throw a front punch, like karate, whatever, or hook
right.
or jab, whatever. But with those skills, I show you how you can use your body to make that more efficient.
Yeah. So what amounts to the I don't know if you were around for McNinja, but the concentration on throwing your hip out when you punch as opposed to the punch.
For sure. Yes.
Yeah. So mechanics of the body are like really ridiculously important, and you'll pick them up over time doing martial arts, but I think I'm in general agreement that would probably be a better place to start.
All right, so this is some more of the preacher being shot, I think. Yeah. But then, okay. Hold on, we've already seen this. He got a second hit, and he kind of was phased. So this is him shooting Rich.
You'll see it in a second. Okay, I'll try my best this time. Slow sugar thing. Oh. Not going safe. Yeah. you feeling these good? You smell it? I think I'm immune. These kids a certain level of steel. That one got me right in the nipple. Now if you can't.
We were actually talking about this. I was talking about this with the developers of this, and that again, this isn't on market. They're testing it. This is how they test it with jackasses who are willing to be shot by it. And I mean, I'm one of those guys. I didn't volunteer that, but I'm just saying. But this is in the end the marking. So Rich got another nipple, I guess.
Yeah,
and
perfect third nipple.
Yeah, right. So
then we got directional nipples.
Yeah.
That looks like roughly airsoft paintball kind of paint things.
Right. So this is John Burke, who's a 5th degree Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu black belt. And we were doing, again, with live guns, not loaded. We cleared, safety checked everybody, very safe, but using real firearms to train firearms retention. And in case you didn't know, that short guy back there, that's actually me. So
that short guy back there.
Yeah, that short guy back there. John's like 6'2", so don't let it deceive you.
I'm 5'9", man.
Yeah.
Regardless of what chat tells you, I'm 5'9".
Compressed ready, whether it's armed or I'm coming into compressed ready.
And so we got this.
He starts driving, and
so this is Rich working with John. You can see, and Rich is a tall guy. He's like 6 foot, 6'1", something. So John might be even taller than that, but he's down in Florida somewhere. I can't recall, but 5th degree black belt Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, and does this like other stuff outside of like, oh, we're just gonna grapple all the time for the sport of it, and not realize people can poke us in the eye, stab us with a knife, shoot us with a gun. It's legit stuff. So
research before you rip. I've got a death grip, something I got behind. Flashbangs. Shift the brain. So strike. Boom. Now rip. Yep. Boom. Yes, sir.
and of course he racked it afterwards. Actually, this is a better video. So real quick, Kit Cope. Again, this is not my group that I was in. We were down at the range while they were doing this. This was the last day, Sunday. On the corner edge there is my buddy Greg, who is an instructor for Full Spectrum Warrior. And look, I mean, don't meet Greg in an alley. That's all I'm telling you. Kit, though,
I've seen lots of basic warrior stance action.
Yeah. Well, he's just trying to teach, again, civilians. But Kit, 4-time Muay Thai world champion. Pay attention to that when he's trying to teach you basic stuff.
A back foot. Take a step back. It's not easy. I'm not twisted up. I'm not tangled up. I'm ready the whole time.
So in the world of basic stuff, and nobody ever wants to hear this because they all want to hear that there's some magical trick to being good at stuff. I found very few things in all of life where mastering the basics is not more important than some miscellaneous bullshit advanced tactic.
Do basics or everything? Advanced tactics are only good against people that already know basics.
Yeah, usually.
I mean, that's the way I see it. I'm a big proponent. Anyone who I've ever taught, I always tell, go do your homework. I can only do so much in the gym or on the range or whatever it is. Go do your homework. Go home and practice it. I mean, I'm a obsessive type, at least with martial arts. But I mean, gunfighting's martial arts. Is stuff I did here. It's like we were doing a lot of stuff from the high ready. I'm used to going from the low ready. That's what I did in the Marine Corps. So they're like high ready. I'm like, okay. And they explain why. I'm okay. Makes sense.
Gravity's on your side.
Yeah. No, and shorter to get on target, all that stuff makes sense. Okay, so I need to start training that. Guess what I've been doing all week? I've been training that. Just reps here and there, here and there, here and there, here and there. That's how you do it. Anyways, this is the kind of stuff they were doing with us, like little breaks, lunch breaks, whatever. Kids talking. Kind of talk about how he became a champ. This is JJ Boone. Old 0311, brother from another mother, became a recon Marine. Well, actually, he went to Marine Raiders before they turned it into like force whatever happened there. I don't even know. I was reading about the PFT earlier today and how much that's changed. You can do push-ups now if you want. You can do 70 push-ups, get 70 points.
Yeah. I don't know what that's about. I mean, look, I'm certainly not a guy who's doing 70 push-ups these days, but I remember my Marine Corps days. If they would have told me you can do 70 push-ups, I'd have been like, oh.
I mean, I was a pull-up guy, so I could do like 30 pull-ups at one point, but once I was on ship and got off, I did like 15. So I had like a 270 PFT, which wasn't Iron Man when I was saying, because I think 280 was. But dude, I had a 270 PFT. I'm like 30 points perfect, and that was all because of my run. Because I'm just not gonna run 3 miles in 18 minutes, man.
Oh man, I
not
don't
gonna
blame
happen.
you.
Yeah,
it's fast. I mean, like, look, if you've never tried to run 3 miles in 18 minutes, like you're in for a surprise the first time you do.
And I could probably run 1 6-minute mile, but
at the end of which I will be vomiting.
Three, dude. Come on.
Oh man, no, it's
I believe the Marine Corps is insane about, but it, I mean, not the one thing, but
I mean, it's the Marine Corps. They're insane about everything. That's their job.
Right. Yes. So I think this is the first day, maybe, that's Rich talking about leadership and accountability. That's me back here drinking coffee. So he talked about goal setting, decisions taking you further or closer to Christ. So that was a lot of this whole thing, which really made it so awesome. And again, that's me there. There's the speed shooter pastor, my buddy Greg. A few more videos. Us just showing and clearing stuff.
Have you done that?
Yeah, that looks like target reading.
If you guys will come around here just so I can show you what
Okay, so we were doing a lot of like single arm, like a lot of guys were doing this. I was putting my hand here because if I was gonna if someone's gonna come up and I'm like single arm drawing from a Penix carry, I'm probably
gonna be out forward
immediately, and pull it. But again, this was a very, very civvy course. So not that I'm all hardcore, like I'm way out of shape and everything else. Don't get me wrong.
I'm with you, buddy.
Yeah. So yeah, this stuff right here. And this was later on. This was day 3. So here they actually told us not to videotape this, but again, they put this up on Instagram. So I just ripped it. So we were doing 180s.
I see why they don't want that recorded. That's some liability shit right there.
Yeah. And just 2 more videos. So this is again them shooting each other.
Cover my balls, bro.
Look, I've been shot a lot of places with airsoft type shit. You don't want to catch them in the nuts.
Abs of steel. Okay. What's this supposed to be? Pepper and steel? Yeah. I guess it didn't work. I guess you got to turn it again.
Second round gets them.
Yeah. No, it's in there. Maybe that's in there.
All right, and last one, guys. Probably the most important one, though. Honestly, like
the kissing in the water one.
dude, this made me tear up. I was watching it like live. I mean, I might tear up now, man. Like, give your life to the Lord. It's By the way, the pastor posted this. I'm not trying to exploit this, so he put this up. I figured it's up to him. We had a service Sunday morning. We had this, and then we had communion. Both these guys were Air Force guys, and they didn't know if they could get leave or not, and they had already been on the path, and they decided, I guess they talked to Barrett, that they were going to get baptized.
Explains the haircuts.
So, what's up?
So that explains the haircuts.
Yes. And then here's a just a full group photo, and a couple guys left after the first day. Some people had to take off before the group photo was done. We don't know why. We had like 7 guys leave after the first day, maybe because it was sort of Christian focused, maybe because the firearms training for them was not what they were expecting. But they did leave, which actually, so we had one, like an AB group, and I was in like, group A or group 1, and those 7 guys left. So our group like shrank significantly, because if you count this, there's less than 50 guys there, and there weren't a lot of folks there. And this, I'll bring this up real quick just to give them, whoa, didn't mean to do that. That's Richard Barrett again. This is the group of instructors. So Barrett, I can't recall his last name off the top of my head, but Elliot Holst, this is John Burke, JJ Boone, this is Jessen Bates, Jason, I can't remember his last name off the top of my head, but he is a Tactical Frogman on Instagram and I believe on YouTube. That is Shannon, and I don't know his last name, but also former SEAL. Kit Cope, my buddy Greg, and finally Rich Graham, who runs Full Spectrum Warrior. So I don't know, man. Like,
I don't know. Looks pretty legit.
Dude, the Instagram post from all these guys, including the instructors, they were just like, this has been an amazing weekend. And for me personally, how could that be other than the presence of God? We had like fireside chats at night, and somehow it came to be this whole thing for confession. And these guys are giving leadership and accountability. And I mean, the whole time through this whole camp for 3 days, it was that. And, initially we started this bonfire, or they started this bonfire, I should say. And we're talking about like a 30-foot radius, gigantic, ridiculous bonfire, maybe 50-foot, just insane. But we pull up chairs and stuff, and they're talking, and eventually they start talking about like, yo, hey guys, confess your sins, do this and that. And just some really profound things happen the whole time. People think that because you believe in something strongly and you're willing to fight for it, that you are, I don't know, evil in one way or another. But I would challenge or question any leftist to tell me what their religious practices and rituals and accountability practices and rituals are. Like, dude,
this is.
Go ahead.
Well, welcome to the game of demonizing religion for almost a century now.
Right.
So
Right.
all the wars are due to religion. Like religion's killed more people than anything else in all of human history. Like, well, I'm pretty sure that people.
No, Democide actually did that, and also
Yeah, right.
let's look at chimps and what they do. They
Yeah.
go,
But this is the shtick, right? And forgive me, because of what I do, I keep my whatever my religious beliefs are to myself. There's a lot of wrangling going on in what I do, so I don't talk about them. But the idiotic idea here is that somehow if you're willing to die for something and presumably willing to kill for it, that you thus just will all the time. And that's as moronic a statement as you could possibly make. But it's the only inference you can take from what they actually say, right? Religious people believe in God, so if you're gay, they're going to go out and kill you. Well, I'm pretty sure that there were a few people that had some things to say about judgment, whose job that was, about whether or not you should, go hang out with the prostitutes. Just one or two things along these lines that suggest that that's complete bullshit. And yet it's the line that they run.
Yeah. I mean, look, my wife grew up Catholic, did not grow up with the Bible itself, and I grew up with a father as a minister and fell away from the church and religion. In fact, my betrayal of that, I mean, I take the responsibility of it, but is why I was with my first wife, or my daughter's mother, and it was horrible for me. It almost destroyed me. And it was me humbling myself and coming back to God, that, the creator of the universe and all that straightened me out, that I'm with the woman I'm with. I mean, I did my little Valentine's thing, and I knew that was going to be like totally queer, but screw you guys. I don't care, man. Like, my wife and I did no Valentine's stuff, and she didn't even, I don't think she realized it, and I said something to her because I was just seeing stuff on the interwebs. I was like, yeah, I didn't do anything. We just got back into town, but I also thought, for not necessarily even her, although I know she'll love that, but for everyone else out there, like, I had a whole nother thing of memes about women that I scratched, not once we went live, but before that, because I was like, what good women are versus bad women. And I've been with a lot of bad women. I don't say that with pride.
It's
a lot of bad.
It's just the story.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, my daughter doesn't even talk to her mother. I wish she would, honestly, but that gives you some sense, right? Yeah. And I knew my wife was a good woman immediately. And since day one, we have been together. And I'm glad that I quit being basically an asshat, if you would, and got away from where I was at so I could meet her. And here we are. She's entering 6 months of pregnancy. We're having another little girl. I'm sure we'll have more children. I hope a little boy at some point. I need a little boy. I need to train a murderer. I need to train a killer. No.
I need someone to dig in the dirt with.
Yeah. No, it's funny because my buddy Greg, I didn't know that his wife was pregnant. And Greg being the one instructor over there. And I had put that on my Instagram or whatever, and the reveal and all the stuff that my wife, all the girl stuff that I don't care about, that she wanted to do, but I was present because,
Well, I'm here.
Like, I'm here, but I don't want to be. So, in any case, but she was asking about the gender and all that stuff, and I was like, well, we don't know yet. Here's the reveal. I'll tell you. blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, are you coming with Greg to the training? Because she's from Kyrgyzstan. And so she's like this, yeah, former Soviet. No, she's a little bit younger too. Actually, my wife and her are basically the same age compared to Greg and I. But um, yeah, she's like, oh, this is, you know, this wasn't that bad when I grew up. And I was like, yeah, I feel like Greg kind of grew up more under Soviet rule versus you. In any case,
Yeah.
but I've known her for some years as well, and they're having a baby, and I was like, oh, can we arrange a marriage? I'm like,
start now.
well, they're having a boy. I'm like, I'm having a girl. Like, I know Greg's going to be a killer. He'll take care of my daughter. You know, Greg's son, I should say. I mean, you know, I know he'll know his stuff. Like, let's work this out. Let's work it out.
No, I in the world of things you can't say out loud, I had someone make a good argument about arranged marriages to me a while back, and I have often wondered if we have lost something by stopping doing it, because so much of the free love horseshit movement revolves around this sort of basic premise, where you can just be one of the worst people who's ever existed, and somehow that's acceptable. To that point, though, I stopped being an asshat and found a good woman. It is strange how much not being a piece of crap as a human being will suddenly find you other good people in your life, women, friends, or otherwise.
Right.
Oh,
No,
sorry,
yeah,
I'm commenting in the chat, and I've ignored chat all night. All night. I try to be better.
Which chat are we talking? So somebody a while ago was like, when are you going to shame the ends justify the memes into getting onto entropy? And I'm pretty sure you sent me an entropy link.
We're on Entropy right now. It's a thing. It's a thing that's happening as we speak.
Hold on. Okay, so here's the thing. Tank reset the YouTube link. So normally I have everything. Tank puts it up. Tank runs the show as far as setting stuff up. But he'll put stuff up, and I'm like, okay, I'll put in all the links, everything else on my own, because whatever. I'm doing my own thing. He has a day job. Currently, I don't. Like, this is my day job. And folks, this is going to be my day job because this is what I'm going to do. It just is. And
good. Get after it.
Like that. Yeah, I'm just going to do it. I'm going to make it work, and it will work. And I know that things don't always work originally, initially, as they start off. And that's the thing. I'm like, okay, just need to do it, make it grow, keep going at it. But yeah, Tank will put up a link, and I didn't have a link to this link, which is why we all had the wrong link when the show started, Tank, and no one knew. And I thought we weren't live. And you're like, I don't know why it says we're live on YouTube. Well,
for all have sinned.
Clearly. No,
we gotta get going though, guys. Like it's
you're not wrong. It's getting to be that time.
Yes.
So that said, though, in the world of Keep Heart, 2 weeks ago today, I passed 4 years doing this. So, it can take some time.
Just got to like 10,000 subs with a bunch being taken away, by the way. All right, I realize that. Yeah.
Yeah, well, if you count the ones that I've lost, I'm pretty sure I'm up over 25,000 at this point, but still.
Dude, on All Minus One, my other channel, for anyone who's not aware yet, All Minus One, I had gone up and down over the last 2 weeks repeatedly. Yesterday, I had 106 subs, and suddenly I have 104. Yep. Why would 2 people unsubscribe randomly?
Yeah. It's so, I've been slowly losing them since the 6th.
Right.
And the most common comment I've ever gotten is, I was unsubscribed from your channel and I have no idea why. As the wife was earlier saying in chat, she has been unsubscribed from my YouTube channel. Now, you know, maybe she's ridiculously petty, but I don't think so. So it's watch out for it, because YouTube will come for you if you enjoy content, if you enjoy watching any of this, if you enjoy listening to this. I hate that this is the reality, but I mean, like, unironically, bookmark the page. If you don't see someone that you like in your subscription feed in about, I don't know, a month, and they usually post once a week, click that bookmark and go, am I still subscribed? Because you're probably not.
I just pulled up YouTube and I got your wife in the chat. Let my husband go. You renegager. She literally called me I never said anything about reneging in this at all. I never said it. You're crazy, woman. You're crazy. I'm not gaslighting at all. And then Joshua Ham mentioned me. I've got 2 boys and a girl. I just got to get a little deeper than you can have a boy also. Okay. Ooh. Oof. I don't know what that means.
Well,
Josh, thought you were a good man.
Next time we have Dawn on, we really have to have a show about China. We were talking about this earlier.
We do.
We won't have so many memes. This is like a error of 1,000 levels. Right? Like, we had Dawn on with our first show back, so boomerism was going to
guaranteed.
And then Tank is my producer in the first place, so that's my fault.
You're automatically fucking up right then.
Mistakes were made from the very beginning.
We're like anti, like what is it? Anti-tech, anti. What are you, anti-tank, anti-civilization?
I am techno-skeptical.
Okay,
let's put it that way.
Your Uncle Ted, you're a big fan of your Uncle Ted.
I do. I am a pretty big fan of Uncle Ted. But
I mean,
Uncle Ted did nothing wrong. Big F.
Yeah.
But yeah, it would be good. I mean, we've talked about China in the past. Like, we had a show on China, but you know, Don has a lot of stuff on China, from what I understand. So that'd be cool to have like a nice little convo about that.
But excuse me, Tank. I was talking about how many times the show was wrong, and I haven't tried. And I've
Bill, when I'm here, the show's always right.
Yeah.
Damn. Throwing it out hard.
We all love each other, though.
Good enough. Let's just call it good enough.
We're actually. This is the thing. I had a meme about this in my women's section. Like, men make fun of other men, and we're all joking. Where women will talk good about other women, but they don't mean it at all.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
The surface level estimation of men and women is that women are all nice to each other, and that men all hate each other. And the reality of this is, you know, men will sit there and mercilessly talk shit to each other for 12 hours at a time. And then on the far end, be like, yeah, bro, I take a bullet for you. Because that's really how it works. And women are like, I kind of got to pee, but you're on fire, so I'm not gonna.
Dude, before we go, real quick story from when I was like 12 or something. I don't know, like 5'2" at the time, or I might have been 13, something like that. I was in 6th or 7th grade. And this dude who seemingly was a giant was like 6 foot already. And he was a jerk to me. And we were outside playing kickball. And in middle school, there were no gym teachers outside watching us. And this dude, like, I don't know what was going on, but he was cheating or people were cheating. I don't even know. And I don't like bullies. So I was just like, he was running his mouth, and I was like, no. I was like, what the hell? What a blah, blah, blah. You did this, you did that. He came up, he pushed me against the brick wall, you know. And I'm like, what the hell? And he pushed me again. I jumped up. I literally like jumped. I was like, whack, and clocked him against the jaw.
Who says white men can't jump?
I'm not saying
Screw you, Wesley Snipes.
was like 12 or 13. Yeah, right. And he's like, I remember this guy's name, Jack. I can't remember his last name, whatever. And before that, he was always kind of a jerk. And he's like, "What'd you hit me for?" And I was like, "Why'd you push me against the wall?"
All of a sudden.
After that, we were best friends, man. We had shop together. That dude, like, he was like, "Dude, can I do this for you? Can I do that for you?" And I was like, "Seriously?" Sometimes that's all it takes, folks. And I don't condone violence either. Like, if you can do violence, I prefer very much so. I just know my capacity for violence, and I hope to not live that out. That's all I'm saying.
Well, that unto itself is a long form discussion to have. And we're coming up on 4 hours.
Yes. Tank. All right. Tank's got nothing. All right. Don, most of the audience is probably yours, but go plug yourself real quick.
Hi, I'm Don the Pleb. I run Plebeian Media. I talk about politics, things, and what it is that we can do to fight back against the general madness that we live in. I also get surly on occasion and tell people to quit being pussies. You can probably find me if you search Pleb Media basically anywhere. I am on all of the platforms, all of the time, everywhere, all of the things. That said, if you are my audience, subscribe to these guys. What the hell's wrong with you? How have you not already clicked the subscribe button? While you're at it, go find All-1 and subscribe to that.
Whoa, geez, thank you. I definitely will try to have you back in April, brother. I'll talk to Stan, of course. Guys, sorry about the crazy show tonight. But that also
I'm not sorry at all. Fuck you guys.
YouTube glory, YouTube fame, YouTube glory. Hey guys, I am Bill over at All-1, my own channel without Tank, which runs much smoother for some reason. And this is the live show, the Ins Justify the Memes. Go check out Don, please, because he does great content. And come back for us. We do have plans for, I don't know, the next month or so, as long as Tank doesn't mess that up. By the way, Don, I will put your links in the description after the stream is over, because that's when I'll be able to do so, which I already had in the other stream.
I know the feeling.
This is the show. It's fun. It's open. It's talking. And we're here to make alliances and friends. And as much
so the wife brings up a good point in the world of talking about April. And this right here will give you the credence to schedule during such time, because the wife said it in live chat. Schedule a weekend stream, and we'll just stay here until we all get tired and feel the need to go home.
Look, wife, we'll arm wrestle, okay? You don't want to thumb wrestle me because I'm an undisputed world champ. I've never been defeated. It's the one thing that I have. No one can defeat me in thumb wrestling. I don't care who you are. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar will never defeat me in thumb wrestling. I'm just saying, I don't care how big your thumbs are. I am the undefeated champ. But
she's a little tiny person.
Well, okay, me too, but still. Anyways, guys, this has been the Ends Justify the Meme. And remember, the ends always justify those memes. Play that outro, Tank. Get us.
I'm talking about all the way to the top, yeah. Unjustifiably in a position that I'd rather not be in. But the cream will rise to the top, oh yeah. Macho Madness, yeah, has got more to offer than President Jack Tunney thinks that I got. Yeah, and I'm gonna tell you something right now. Cards stacked against the Macho Man, Randy Savage, and WrestleMania